serving all of eastern Utah. This is News Talk 107.3 FM and 750 AM. KOAL. Price.
Welcome to the KOAL High School Baseball Game of the Week. Welcome to the High School Game of the Week here on Castle Country Radio, KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM. We're at Carbon High School today. Region play as the 7-14 Carbon Dinos battle the 6-11 Emery Spartans. Game of the week. It's a region game. Emery comes in 2-4 in region play, ranked number 10. Carbon comes in 0-6 and ranked number 11. I'm Sonny Buscarini, and joining me in the booth will be Aiden Mortensen here in a second. And welcome as we watch the Emery Spartans battle the Carbon Dinos. Emery came away with a big win in our last game of the week against North St. Pete at home 3-1. With some really aggressive base running, and they came away with the 3-1 win. Now joining me is Aiden Mortensen. And Aiden, pleasure to have you here today for the Game of the Week. Carbon Emery, you can't go wrong, can you?
You can't go wrong with a good rivalry series, Sonny, and both of these teams starting to peak at the right time. The Dinos coming off a win over ALA, and then the Spartans, on the other hand, they've won 4 of their last 5, earning the season series sweep over North St. Pete, as well as earning a win in a doubleheader against Parowan on Monday. So they've been playing pretty frequently here, Sonny, so lots of experience being gained by this Spartan squad, and you want to see a lot of that as you get ready for the postseason push. Every game matters here as you fight for playoff positioning in the RPI.
Let's talk a little bit about region play. Emery comes in 2-4. As you say, they won their last 2 games against North St. Pete. The Dinos come in 0-6, and we can look at the standings in the region. The Dinos trying to get a win here today against Emery. You know, they finish out their region play against Emery. They'll be at Emery on Friday. So finishing out the season, trying to get a win against the rival. That's not an easy thing for Carbon to do as we take a look at the standings.
Yeah, looking at the standings, Sonny, Carbon in the bottom of Region 13, 0-6, still searching for their first win here in region play. Immediately above them is the Spartans of Emery, 2-4, earning those 2 crucial wins over North St. Pete. Right above Emery, 3-3 on the season, a perfect 500 in Region 13, as well as a perfect 10-10 in overall. North St. Pete at an even 500. Manti right above them, 5-3 on the year, 13-9 overall. Union undefeated in region play, Sonny, and that's a team we've seen before, and that is a scary group. They're aggressive on the bases. They can pitch, they can hit, they can do just about everything. They're 6-0 in region play, 13-8 overall.
We say it every time we do a game. You know, the region is tough. You have to be on your A game. No different for the Carbon Dinos today, trying to get their first region win against Emery. As you said, playing a lot better here down the stretch, winning their last 2 region games. Let's take a look at pitching for today. And starting for the Carbon Dinos will be Xander Pappas. He wears number 11.
And Pappas has had himself a pretty good season, a 2.6 ERA on the year, 1 win, no losses through 7 appearances. So we normally see him in those relief slot, but he's been able to shine in his lone start this year. A 2.6 ERA at this level, pretty impressive, Sonny, so the Spartans going to have their work cut out for him offensively.
Pappas is a junior. The starting pitcher for the Emery Spartans will be number 24, the junior Trig Jensen.
And Jensen has been on a tear this year, Sonny. He has been hard to hit every time he has taken the mound, and he works so efficiently against opposing batters. He's really hard to try and stop. He holds a 1.68 ERA on the year, 2-1 through 8 appearances, has a save to his name as well. Last week, he was the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union Athlete of the Week for tossing a no-hitter out against North Sevier. So he's been having himself a pretty good year, looking to continue that trend against the the Dinos in this rivalry matchup.
It's senior day here at Carbon High School. We'll have a little bit of an extended pregame show here on the Landon's Diesel Service pregame show, but we'll keep you entertained. We have some interviews that we will be playing for you. Jordan always has us ready to go for a great pregame show, so don't go anywhere. Here on KOAL 107.3 FM, 750 AM, it's the high school game of the week. It's the Carbon Dinos and the Emery Spartans. It doesn't get any better than this.
At Landon's Diesel, they understand the heartbeat of your diesel truck. Whether it's the rig that powers your livelihood or the everyday vehicle that drives your life, the trained technicians at Landon's Diesel are here to keep you rolling. Plus, with 24-hour towing service, support's just a call away, anytime, day or night. Drive into Landon's Diesel for expert care tailored to you and your truck, because when your diesel needs expertise, Landon's Diesel is always here.
The more things change,
the more they stay the same.
Yes, Mr. Automotive has a new building in Huntington.
But that just means the services they offer just got better.
Detailing and mechanic work are being added to the already great service Mr. Automotive had already offered.
And all deals are still done with the owner at the lowest prices possible.
New building, same best prices, and more auto services. Go to MrAutomotiveSales.com or stop by the dealership, 21 South Main, Huntington. Mr. Automotive, the best for less.
Imagine a smooth, hassle-free journey to the front door of your new home with the Driggs Mortgage Team guiding you every step of the way. Hi, this is Greg Driggs. Our seasoned experts understand the ins and outs of home financing and refinancing. Come visit us at our new permanent address, 8 East Main in Price, where we plan to be a staple for years to come. Start your journey today. Call 801-427-3577. The Driggs Mortgage Team, NMLS number 272076, Equal Housing Opportunity. Driggs Mortgage Team is a DBA of Premier Mortgage Resources, LLC, NMLS 1169.
Looking for the perfect mattress? We've got you covered. At Bill's Home Furnishings, we have the largest selection of mattresses in eastern Utah, including the highly rated Serta Perfect Sleeper. And when it comes to price, we're competitive with anywhere in the state. But we're more than just mattresses. From quality furniture and home accessories to reliable appliances, we've got everything you need to make your house a home. Stop by Bill's Home Furnishings today, where selection, savings, and service meet. Right here in eastern Utah.
At Oliver Law, we specialize in criminal defense and DUI. Everyone needs to know their rights. Let us guide you through the criminal justice minefield. At Oliver Law, we still believe in innocent until proven guilty.
In the heart of Carbon and Emery counties, Quick Realty is here to help you make the right move. Experience the future of home buying with our Matterport 3D tours, giving you an immersive look at your potential home from anywhere. Meet our dedicated team of local professionals, just real people who care, walking you through every step of the way. As a Zillow Premier and Realtor.com specialist, Quick Realty is your trusted expert, handling everything from residential, commercial, and mountain properties to property management. Your dream home is just a call away. Let Quick Realty help you find it.
At Landon's Diesel, they understand the heartbeat of your diesel truck. Whether it's the rig that powers your livelihood or the everyday vehicle that drives your life, the trained technicians at Landon's Diesel are here to keep you rolling. Plus, with 24-hour towing service, support's just a call away, anytime, day or night. Drive into Landon's Diesel for expert care tailored to you and your truck, because when your diesel needs expertise, Landon's Diesel is always here.
Now, back to the action. The high school baseball game of the week on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
Welcome back to the game of the week here on Castle Country Radio, KOAL 107.3 FM, 750 AM. We have a great game of the week. In fact, we'll have two games of the week this week, as the Carbon Dinos will play Emery twice. So we'll be here for Carbon. We'll be over there at Emery on Friday. So some really good high school baseball coming up this week, starting with a great afternoon of baseball today.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with the rivalry showdown, especially when it comes at the end of the season. So much more on the line than just playing for pride right now, Sonny. The Dinos, the Spartans, always a good time when these two teams meet, no matter the sport, no matter the weather, no matter where we are. These two teams are going to put on a show when they face off.
And right now on the Landon's Diesel Service pregame show, Jordan did an interview with the head coach of the Carbon Dinos, Rob Smith, and we will play that for you. And then when we come back, we'll have the starters, and it'll be time for the first pitch and baseball. It's Carbon, it's Emery. Let's go to that interview with Jordan and Coach Smith.
Joining us right now in the studio to have that conversation, we have manager Rob Smith. Coach, it's always fun to get you in. Thank you for stopping by today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
As I said, Coach, it's kind of been one of those deals where you guys just can't seem to get over the hump. I mean, I can't recall the last time any high school team that we have covered has been so close so many times. The amount of 1 to 2 run games that you guys have lost over the last few weeks, it's probably maddening in a sense.
Yeah, it is. It's the same thing I'm going to tell you as I tell the team. It's the little things. You got to take care of the little things, do the simple things better. And that's what it's come down to in the last few games, is just doing the simple things the right way and making the plays that we should make.
Knowing you the way I do, I know that there's no such thing as, a moral victory, but does it ease the mind a little bit knowing as we get down to the final 2 weeks of the regular season, you guys are pretty much in every single game? It's not as if this team is far off. I think you take a look at teams with losing records in April and you can say they are what they are, but I mean, it's literally 1 or 2 things going different, and we're talking about a team with a very good record.
Yeah, and as a coaching staff, we talked to the boys about that last night at practice. We take care of those simple things. We take care of the things that we work on every day and keep working on those and translating them over to games and not just in practice. And we have a winning record at this point. That's hard to swallow because, it is a moral thing. But we go take care of those things and we could put ourselves in a good situation going throughout the rest of the year.
Yeah, hard to swallow, but it's also being realistic and saying 0-6 in region play, 6-14 overall. Guys, a couple of bounces go our way. We take care of business in one particular inning. One more quality at bat, right? I mean, we're not talking about a 6-14 team. We're talking about a 14-6 team. I mean, that's how close it's been this year.
Yeah, every game we're in, we're not getting blown out. We're in every game. It's just, a few errors here, a few strikeouts with runners in scoring position. That's the difference in ball games, where if we put those balls in play or we make those plays, we're on the winning side of the ball game.
And I know that was the case against UAB. You and I were talking during that last break about the amount of runners in scoring position. When you lose a 1-run ball game and you leave 5 in scoring position, it hurts.
Yeah, and the two runs that UAB got were unearned runs off of a couple errors. You don't have those, and they don't score a run. We win that ball game 1-0.
I know that's difficult as well. You and I are always talking about errors. You always put such a big emphasis on that, even at the beginning of the year, for as long as you've been joining us on the show, right? I mean, that is the emphasis. Limit the errors, and it seems like everything else kind of takes care of itself. But make sure you're making plays behind your pitcher.
Yeah. Jordan Nichols threw an awesome game. It comes down to a couple catch-throw errors. If we do those things, the stuff that we work on every day, the basics that you learn as little leaguers, and that, it's high school baseball and mistakes are going to happen. And I understand that. But if we clean those up, we're a good ball club.
I feel like in most instances, Jordan, as you talked about, had a phenomenal game. I think 26 batters is what he faced. In most instances, when you're facing 26 batters, that's it over the course of a 7-inning game. You're going to win most of the time.
Yeah, and you should. He threw a 7-inning complete game, 63 pitches.
It's impressive.
It should be a win.
Yeah. And I'm sure it's got to be frustrating when you're, we're talking about these 1-run games, right? These 1-run losses. But when you are holding teams to 2, 3, 4 runs, what's the threshold where you look at and you say, statistically, if we hold a team to this many runs over the course of a game, we should get a win, guys?
Yeah, and, I think if we hold a team to 2 or 3 runs, we should win. But it goes back to doing those simple things. When we have runners in scoring position, we've got to score them. And that's kind of been our downfall this year. And I think it's just an approach change. We're trying to do too much at the plate instead of just giving ourselves up and moving a runner or scoring a runner.
I know that there's a fine balance, right? So over the next 4 games, what do you want to see as far as the approach goes? Do you want an aggressive approach, methodical approach? What are you looking for out of your team over these next 4 final games of the regular season?
I definitely want us to be aggressive still. I think we're still watching too many fastballs. But I think our approach has to be giving ourselves up and doing what we can to move the runner over, and then doing what we can to get the guy into scoring position and scoring that guy. I think when we do have runners in scoring position, we're trying to do too much, trying to hit the ball off the wall where we don't need that. A ground ball scores a run. That's got to be our mindset is, hey, if I hit a hard ground ball right here, I can score a run.
Again, manager Rob Smith of the Carbon Dinos joining us right now. Coach, I know it's not all bad. You guys have done some things really well, and we just talked about Jordan Nichols and the way he had an outstanding outing. I mean, you guys have had several solid outings from your starting pitchers over the last 3 or 4 weeks. I mean, has that been the bright spot for you, or what is that one thing you look at and say, guys, we're doing this well. If we can continue this and fix these other aspects, we're in good shape?
Yeah, pitching's been good. We're still struggling with too many errors, I feel, and we're just not hitting with runners in scoring position. It'd be interesting to go back and see what our batting average with runners in scoring position is. It's probably not great, and that's where we're seeing our downfall right now. I
know a lot of things change, right, when you have a runner in scoring position. I think that's one of the nuances of the game that maybe gets overlooked at every level. Everything changes from what the opposing pitcher is doing to what the opposing team is doing in the field. I'm sure you can't sit here and say it's strictly what you guys aren't doing, because your schedule's been difficult as well. I mean, it's not as if you guys are playing an easy slate of games, and I think some of that credit has to go to the opposition. Is that fair to say?
Yeah. The last few games, Union is a good ball team. I think they're ranked number 1 right now. And we had them in the 6th inning. We were up 2-1, and just a couple balls didn't go our way. You got to hand it to their batters. They hit some ground balls in between the first and second baseman that, that's not what most kids will do. They'll try to pull the ball. And so those kids that drove the ball between first and second base, and it ended up scoring 2 runs for them, and they took the lead, and we just didn't bounce back from it.
It's a little bit of a slower week for you guys, only getting 2 games. I know that changes going into next week, and we can talk about that in a moment. But as you kind of get a full week off, 2 games in a week, I guess is what we should say, it gives you a little bit more practice time, right, rather than playing 3 or 4 games within a week. Has that been good for this team?
Yeah. I mean, last night I felt like our practice was really good, high intensity, had a good practice. We're going to do the same thing today and tomorrow and bounce back for our game on Friday and get after it on Friday.
Knowing next week you got a game on the 28th, 30th, and I believe the 1st is how you wrap up the season, if I'm not mistaken. Is it kind of all hands on deck for this game Friday? Do you monitor things a little bit differently? I mean, how do you approach it knowing that one win can really shift everything the way you guys are playing at the moment?
We're definitely going to get after it. We want to get back in the win column and get on the right path going into the last week of the season and into the state tournament. We've got a game plan, and we're going to stick to it.
Welcome back to the Game of the Week, and we will take a look at the lineup first for the Emery Spartans. The batting order for the road team will start with number 1, the junior Ben Johansson. He is playing first base. Junior number 24, Trig Jensen. He is the starting pitcher. Number 22, senior Peyton Nielsen, playing left field. Batting number 4, junior number 7, Garrett Conover. He'll play third base today. The senior number 12 will bat 5, Bo Stilson, playing right field. Batting number 6, junior number 25, Easton Stoker. He will DH. Number 34 will bat 7, Drake Stilson, the freshman, playing shortstop. Number 8 in the batting order, Tice Larson. Where's number 18? He is a junior. He is playing catcher. And number 9, batting number 9, number 3, Trey Nielsen, the freshman, playing center field. That's the lineup for the Emery Spartans. Playing the defensive lineup to start the game for the Carbon Dinos will be pitcher number 11, Xander Pappas. And at catcher, number 33, Jason Urbanik. Playing first base, number 17, Maddox Wilson. Playing second base, number 4, will be Sandoval. Playing shortstop, number 19, Logan Curtis. Playing third, number 34, Peyton Falk. Playing left field, number 5, Cash Withers. Playing center field, number 24, Logan Bennett. And playing right field, number 3, Bodie Ware. That's the lineup for both teams. And we're ready to go for the first pitch, Aiden. I'm excited for this game. Carbon and Emery here at Carbon High School. It's the game of the week here on a Tuesday afternoon.
And it's always a good time when these two teams get up and meet on the diamond, Sonny. So it's such a fun time as Johansson on the leadoff slot, a swing and a miss.
So Pappas starts off with the strike and an 0-1 count on Ben Johansson. The junior wearing number 1 playing first base. The lefty starting it off for the Emery Spartans. There's the pitch. Here's a bouncer to second. Fielded cleanly there by the Dinos. Sandoval throws to first for out number 1.
And, just a quick, easy out like that, easy routine play in the field, Sonny, makes things easy for the Dinos to start things off. That's how you build the momentum early, get a few easy plays going, and it helps prepare you later on in the game when some of those more complicated plays are bound to show up.
Number 24, Trig Jensen, the pitcher up to bat, try to help his cause on the defensive side with the bat, and the pitch in for a strike and an 0-1 count to Jensen. He's the junior.
And you talk about a do-it-all player, Sonny, not only pitching on the mound extremely well with that 1.68 ERA, he's also hitting .321 on the season.
Foul to the backstop, 0-2 count on Jensen.
Pappas doing a good job getting himself ahead early on in these at-bats. He's so composed up on the mound, Sonny. You can watch him take a deep breath each time before he gets ready to deliver the pitch.
Wind up in the pitch, high in a ball, and a 1-2 count.
You can tell he's targeting that outside high zone on the edge. He wants to paint that perfectly, and we've seen him do it before, that time just a little above the mark.
Outside and a ball for a 2-2 count to Jensen. Xander Pappas, the junior, where's number 11? Some stats on him, Aiden?
Looking at Pappas on the season, Sonny, he has been very consistent up on the mound, 2.60 ERA.
Fouled out of play for a 2-2 count. Down the third baseline. So we got a 2-2 count. 1 down. Top of the first. Emery Carbon, game of the week here on KOAL.
Yeah, 2.6 ERA through 7 appearances. Sonny, Pappas has been a fixture on the mound for the Dinos.
Pappas pitch. Got the corner and the strikeout as Jensen watches it go by. So out number 2, strikeout number 1. Up to bat for Emery. Peyton Nielsen, the left fielder, wears number 22. He's a senior. Emery wearing their black jerseys with the gray pants. The Dinos today in their blue jerseys with the white pants. 2 down. Nielsen up. Pappas' pitch. Inside on the ball, 1-0.
And Nelson on the season, Sonny, he has been a force at the plate, especially when it comes to getting on base. A .367 hitter on the year, scored 20 runs through 49 at-bats with 18 hits.
Here's a fly ball to center field. Coming in to get it and make the catch is Bennett for out number 3. So the fly out to center field ends the inning. 3 up, 3 down for the Emery Spartans. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on as we go to the bottom of the first inning. It's Emery nothing, Carbon nothing. Carbon's their first chance at the plate, and they'll start off with Logan Bennett to lead the way.
Auto Farm Price Ford has your next vehicle. They offer guaranteed lowest prices. Come check out the selection of Ford F-Series trucks, including America's most popular truck, the Ford F-150.
We have them all right here in Price. Stop in and see us for a different experience.
Transform your space with Spectrum Paint featuring PPG paint, the ideal choice for any home project. Imagine a kaleidoscope of colors at your fingertips, from soothing pastels to vibrant primaries. Whether revamping a room or adding character to your exteriors, Spectrum Paint makes every brush stroke count. Dive into a spectrum where quality meets creativity and paint your world with us. Visit Spectrum Paint to find the perfect shade for your home today.
Emery High School baseball continues on the home of the Spartans.
News Talk 107.3 FM and 750 AM KOAL.
Welcome back to the game of the week here on KOAL. Trig Jensen taking the mound, the junior for the Emery Spartans. Leading off for the Carbon Dinos will be the senior number 24, Logan Bennett. He plays center field. On deck, Cash Withers. In the hole, Maddox Wilson.
And it's a potent batting order for the Dinos, Sonny. Lots of action to be had, hitting .305 as a team throughout the season. That's impressive to see a batting average that high as a group. But the Dinos offensively haven't struggled throughout the year. It's been their defense where they've lost themselves a few games. But in that first inning, if that's any indicator of how they're going to play, we're in for a pretty good show.
3 up, 3 down. Here's a bouncer to third base. Gets past him. Goes to the shortstop. Throw to first. Not in time. And a single. Nice effort that time by Drake Stilson to get the ball to first base. Just couldn't quite get it as a little bouncer. Ran out of time. And the Dinos have the leadoff single with Logan Bennett on first. Cash Withers, the left fielder. Where's number 5, the senior, the right-handed batter, up the bat for the Carbon Dinos.
And if it was anyone but Bennett going towards base, you'd think that play would have had more of a chance, but Logan, just such a speedster in everything he does, so it's going to be hard to try and get him out.
First pitch outside the ball, 1-0 the count. So Emery goes up, 3 up, 3 down. The Dinos get the leadoff batter on first with the single. Logan Bennett on first takes a pretty good lead. Yep. Jensen looks over at him, throws over to first, trying to keep him honest.
And
no play.
With Bennett on base, you got to keep him honest, Sonny. 6 steals on the season, leads the team in that category through 21 games played. So getting him in that leadoff spot on base, that's a good sign for the Dinos offense.
Jensen looks back over at first once again a couple of times. The windup in the pitch. Here's a base hit right over the second baseman, out between right center field, rounding third, and a double. He's going to come home. The play at the plate, not in time, and the Dinos are up 1-0.
Well, Sonny, that was a close call, even when it didn't need to be. Bennett receiving mixed signals out at third base. 1 second is go, go, go. The next second, stop, stop, stop. Then go, go, go yet again. The throw makes it in time, but couldn't get the tag down before Bennett slides head first into home plate. A close call for the Dinos, but a very beneficial play in the end. Puts them up 1-0 early.
Perfect hit right over the second baseman, right out into right center field, and the Dinos are on the board with a 1-0 lead. Pitch for a ball and a 1-0 count to Maddox Wilson, playing first base, the senior wearing number 17.
And right now it's Jensen in a place where he hasn't necessarily seen himself a lot throughout the year, and that's with an early inning struggle. Rarely do you see teams get on the board against Trigg this early in the game, but a little rattling it can be, so he's got to bounce back mentally.
Decent lead over for Withers at second base. The pitch and the strike got the corner, and a 1-1 count.
Just a nice little break on that ball, too, as well. Looks like it's going right down the pipeline, but last second skews to the left, still hits the zone.
Jensen looks back at second. The windup, here's the pitch. And it hit the batter. It hit Wilson. He'll take first base with the hit by a pitch. So the Dinos now have a runner on first and second. They lead 1-0 with nobody out.
Well, Sonny, it's not the most ideal way to get on base, but it's one that any player is going to take. Getting beamed, being able to take that long walk to first, put your team in a much better position. Like I said, this is a team who knows how to score runs when they have the opportunity. And right now, Sonny, they've taken advantage of it and a chance to do some more damage.
Number 34, junior Paxton Falk, the third baseman, up to bat. Runners on first and second, nobody out. The Dinos leading 1-0. A good first inning. We've talked whenever we do baseball games in the high school level, we feel like it's really important to get off to a good start. But the Dinos have the one run with nobody out. They're off to a good start with runners on first and second.
You know, and especially in a game like baseball, Sonny, you have a lot of time to sit and think about every little thing, especially if it's a mistake. And those things can dwell and impact your performance. So the quicker you can get off to a good start, the better off you're going to be going into this game.
Pitch by Jensen right down the tube and a strike. 0-2 count.
Looking at Falk on the season, Sonny, one memory really sticks out with the junior. Last season against North St. Pete, crushing a home run to help make the game much closer. Ended, unfortunately, in a Dinos loss, but he did help do his part.
That pitch gets away from Jensen, goes behind the batter for a ball and a 1-2 count.
You can tell right now Jensen just not feeling himself on the mound. Just needs to take a second, take a few deep breaths, settle the ships a little bit, and get back to what he likes to do. He doesn't need to play to anyone else's pace, anyone else's style. He just needs to get back to what he does best.
Nichols on deck, wearing the hole. Here's the windup in the pitch. Low and a ball and a 2-2 count. So he was up 0-2. It's now 2-2 level.
Even back up quickly. Good discipline at the plate from Falk. He's not swinging at anything he doesn't feel comfortable with.
So a 2-2 count, nobody down. A little bit of a lead for both base runners. Runners on first and second for the Dinos. One in scoring position with the one run already in. Swing and a miss. And the strikeout. So the first strikeout of the ball game for Jensen.
Jensen had Falk chasing a little bit on that. You see it drop right as it's about to cross the plate, avoids the bat of Falk, and they get the first out of the inning. A much-needed one, but now Jensen can relax a little bit. He's seen the shot go in. He can get back to doing what he wants to do. He can get back his control on the mound.
So senior, Jordan Nichols up to the plate. DH day, runner on first and second, one down, and a 1-0 Dino lead here in the bottom of the first. First pitch is a strike and an 0-1 count.
Players on the field looking to third base for the signal. Could potentially see some movement.
Looks back at second a couple of times. Pretty decent lead. The pitch is high and a ball and a 1-1 count.
And Jensen's been doing a good job with the control on those breaking balls, very often finding the zone. That's how he fooled Falk on the last one. However, good discipline right now we're seeing from Nichols. He's not risking it.
Emery playing straight up on defense here as Jensen taking his time on the mound. Looks over at first. Here's the windup of the pitch. Fouled out of play and a 1-2 count.
And that one goes opposite field into, well, quite literally the neighboring field, Sonny, where you see the freshman team playing right now. A good at-bat currently. Every Carbon batter is making Jensen battle.
1-2 count for Nichols. Jensen's pitch. Low and a ball and a 2-2 count. Evened up now. 2-2 the count with one down.
Was a pitch, Sonny, that looked like it was flirting with the zone. Could have gone either way, but umpire calls ball.
So it is a 2-2 count with one down. There's the pitch outside and a ball, and we have a full count. 3-2 for first full count of the ball game.
Just an excellent job by Nichols on that one. Just watches it go by. He gets it ready to swing, but calls himself back at the last second, avoids taking the risk, and is rewarded with the full count.
3-2 count, one down. Stepping out of the box and a timeout. Logan Bennett got this inning started with the single, and then a double by Withers scored Bennett from first. Hit by a pitch was Wilson, and then Falk with the strikeout. And the pitch and strikeout. So strikeout number 2 for Jensen.
That was a throw that Jensen knew he had to put in the zone. Looking at the stat sheet, Sonny, Nichols, 10 walks on the season. Second best on the team, only one behind Maddox Wilson. And with that one, had a chance to head to base, but Trigg does a good job on the mound, controls it, hits the zone, gets the out.
Brody Ware up to the plate for the Dinos. He's hit by a pitch. That's the second runner to reach first base being hit by a pitch, and we now have bases loaded for the Carbon Dinos.
And we're just seeing the throws get away from Jensen. It's like it's slipping out of his hand as he's going into his motion. Two batters he's hit this inning alone. And now stepping to the plate, you got Caden Sandoval, 231 hitter on the year.
Playing second, Junior Ware's number 4. Bases loaded, 2 down. This is a big at-bat in this ball game, and we are early. First pitch is outside and a ball and a 1-0 count.
Yeah, you hate to say it's a back-breaking at-bat for the Spartans, but if they're able to put one or two across home plate, that's a pretty hefty lead for a team who doesn't score the most runs very often.
Yeah, bases loaded. 1-0 Dinos, bottom of the first. Pitch for the strike and a 1-1 count.
And that's when Jensen does well. When he can get into his stuff, he has the perfect pitches to try and kind of fool you as you go through.
One count, 2 down. The pitch by Jensen for the strike. And a 1-2 count now.
One strike away now from escaping this jam, and if he can, he's going to be breathing a sigh of relief as he walks back to the dugout.
Yeah, a couple of batters hit by a pitch. If they could get away with one run here for Emery, that would be you'd have to be happy with that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, given the bases loaded situation, That's one of the ideal outcomes.
Just missed with that pitch and a 2-2 count. We got twos all over the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. 1-0 Carbon.
Jensen up to 21 pitches this inning alone. Even though he's been able to get a few strikeouts, the Dinos have been making him battle in the box.
Here's a shot. Little bouncer goes to the shortstop. Throw to first. Gets past the first baseman. 1 run will score. 2 runs score. It looked like Emery was going to get the third out. Instead, it's 3-0 Carbon.
Yeah, just a nice little chopper to short, good field, good throw, but just can't contain it as he tries to make the play at first, goes slipping out of his glove, and as a result, not only do 2 runners score, Sonny, but the play that could have been an easy out turns into a double for Sandoval.
So he gets the hit with the error at first base. Looked like he was going to be an out. Instead, Withers and Wilson touch home plate, and it's a 3-0 Carbon lead.
Yeah, they're taking advantage early and often, Sonny. Any advantage they've been presented with, they've been able to seize.
So runners on second and third for Jason Urbanik. First pitch is fouled out of play over the backstop.
And Urbanik, a bit of a freshman sensation. He's hitting a stellar .365 on the year with 19 hits, 3 runs scored, 10 RBIs to his name. Only 1 extra base hit, though, for Urbanik as he has collected a double early on in the year.
Yeah, he's having a great season. Jensen looks over at third, the windup of the pitch. Swing fouled away, back to the catcher, and that's an 0-2 count.
And now a chance to hopefully put this one away for the Spartans without bleeding any more runners through. For Carbon, you got to be pretty happy with how this first inning has gone. You had a bases loaded situation. You were able to plate too.
Had a little bit of everything here in the bottom of the first inning. A single, a double, a couple of batters hit by a pitch, reaching on an error. About everything's gone on here in the bottom of the first inning. The Dinos lead 3-0. The pitch for the strikeout as he watches it go past. So strikeout number 3 for Jensen, but not before we have 3 runs on 2 hits, 1 error, 2 left on base. So as we go to the top of the second inning, it's Carbon 3 and Emery 0.
At A Perfect Smile, they specialize in transforming your smile with precision and care. From porcelain veneers and dental implants to orthodontics, crowns, and bridges, their expertise covers every aspect of general and cosmetic dentistry. Dr. Jackson and his team are here to address even the most challenging dental concerns, helping you achieve a smile you'll love. Ready for a smile makeover? Call A Perfect Smile today, 637-2100, to schedule an appointment.
Hi, I'm Tim Frame with Cache Valley Bank here in Price. Making the right financial decisions for your future can feel overwhelming, but you don't have to do it alone. Whether you're planning a new construction project, growing a business, or just looking for a better way to save, my team and I are here to provide the local expertise and personal guidance you deserve. Stop by our lobby or use our drive-thru today. Let's make a plan for your success right here in Castle Valley. Cache Valley Bank.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Now, back to the action. The high school baseball game of the week on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
Welcome back to the high school game of the week here on KOAL 107.3 FM, 750 AM. Carbon Emery, as we go to the top of the second inning, the Carbon Dinos up 3-0. Batting will be number 7, the junior, playing third base, Garrett Conover.
And Conover was a bit of a hero last time we saw the Spartans, Sonny, on the mound. Delivered 11 strikeouts in a stellar performance against North San Pete. Now trying to show some of his batting prowess as well.
Yeah, he had 11 strikeouts, 4 hits, allowed 1 run, had 1 walk. Pitched a fantastic game. First pitch fouled out of play and a 0-1 count.
And he's one of those players for the Spartans, Sonny, that early on in the season he was down with injury and you could feel his absence on the diamond. But now that he's back, we're starting to see more and more things start to click for Emery.
Pitch is low in the ball, 1-1 to count. Bo Stilson on deck, Easton Stoker in the hole for the Emery Spartans. Find themselves down 3-0 here in the top of the second inning. Have to battle their way back, just swing and a miss. And a 1-2 count. Nice pitch that time by Pappas.
It was, and he recognizes that Conover's a real threat in the box. He swings with bad intention at anything he likes, and he can really do a lot of damage if you give him the opportunity to.
It's a beautiful day for baseball here at Carbon High School. Pitches inside and a 2-2 count. Finally starting to get baseball weather, finally, as we get towards the end of the season.
No, I feel like we've been blessed that every game we've been able to go to has been good baseball weather, but if we would have been playing this game yesterday, that would have been horrendous.
Yeah. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 2 for Pappas. And 1 down, and coming up, Bo Stilson, the right fielder.
And Pappas just doing a good job controlling the mound. He controls the pace of the game, and he doesn't let any batters try and get into his head. He's been pitch perfect so far.
Yep, 4 up, 4 down. Pappas set to go. The windup in the pitch to Stilson. Shot back up the middle, base hit right over second base, goes out into center field. Logan Bennett fields it. Throws it in for the base hit for Bo Stilson. And the first base runner in the ball game for the Emery Spartans stands on first base with Easton Stoker coming to the plate.
And Bo likes swinging at that first pitch, Sonny, but you can tell why. He sees a high rate of success on making contact with, and like you mentioned, Easton Stoker stepping to the plate, a team-leading 2 home runs for the junior, a chance to cut into this deficit.
Playing DH for the Emery Spartans. Where's number 25? Nice little lead over on first by Stilson. He's going to go right away. The throw to second. Sliding in. He's safe.
A close call, but when you see Bo take off for a sprint, you feel pretty good about your chances of getting the steal successfully. A team leading 17, well now 18 on the season for Stilson, putting on a show in his senior campaign.
Aggressive base running for the Emery Spartans. They got a runner in scoring position with 1 down. So the count is 0-1 with 1 down to Stoker. Pappas looks back at second. Pitch. Little curveball just missing. 1-1 count.
Now, Stoker pretty even in terms of walks and strikeouts. 13 strikeouts on the year. He's been walked 8 times, so he has a pretty good mix of plate discipline and trying to go out swinging.
Foul to the backstop, making it a 1-2 count. Pappas working pretty quickly on the mound.
He is. He tries to keep him off kilter by going at a high pace, and we've seen it work a lot beforehand. Now trying to see the same success as he saw in the first inning against the Spartans in the second.
So we got a 1-2 count, 1 down, runner on second. Top of the second, Carbon leading 3-0. Emery up to bat to wind up the pitch for Pappas is outside and the ball falls behind. Evens it up at 2-2.
That was a rare throw by Pappas that we saw go pretty far outside of the box, normally always flirting with the zone. That time, however, it was a no-doubter that one was going to be called a ball.
Pappas back at second once again. Fouled out of play once again. So the count remains 2-2.
If you're a fan of the Dinos, you got to be glad that those balls keep going foul because they are hit with some intensity, some heat behind the swing. That stays fair, Sonny. That's going pretty deep into the outfield.
Freshman Drake Stilson on deck for the Emery Spartans. 2-2 count. 1 down. Runner on second. Pappas looks back at second. Trying to keep Stilson there. Swing and a miss and the strikeout. So strikeout number 3 for Pappas.
And he's been putting on a clinic up on the mound today, Sonny. Even if he's not getting the strikeout, he's been making it so the ball goes into play in very favorable positions for the Dinos, with the exception of Stilson's line drive.
So out number 2, coming up, as we said, Drake Stilson, the shortstop, with the runner on second and 2 down, trailing 3-0. Top of the second inning here at Carbon High School. Game of the week on KOAL, Carbon and Emery region play. Swing and a miss and an 0-1 count.
And just another good delivery by Pappas and another first pitch swing for the Spartans.
2-4 record for Emery, 0-6 for Carbon in region play. Emery sits number 10, Carbon sits number 11. Can't get much closer than that, can you?
Yeah, I was going to say that's what adds a lot of intrigue to the rivalry this year. These teams both neck and neck in terms of standings.
Runners going, throw to third. Is it in time? No, it is not. Stolen base number 2 for Stilson. He now stands on third with a 1-1 count and 2 down.
And Bo Stilson moves like a freight train in between bases, Sonny. Once he gets going, he's hard to stop, even for himself. You can watch on the slide. He had to grab on for dear life to the bag, and he was able to do about a 180 thanks to the momentum he had going from second to third.
Tice Larson on deck for Emery. The pitch by Pappas. Swing and a miss, and that will be strike 3, and that will end the inning. So the top of the second inning. So they got the runner to third, but they couldn't capitalize. So that is strikeout number 4 for Pappas. Off to a good start, and it is 3-0 in favor of the Carbon Dinos. When we come back, the Dinos will be up to bat for the bottom of the second.
Plumbing issues don't happen every day, but when they do, it's good to know that there's a plumber you can trust right here in the Castle Country. The Swell Plumber has over 30 years of experience and has proven that he's reliable. Here's what some customers have said about the Swell Plumber.
Kurt was amazing. He came out to the house the same day and got quotes to us very quickly.
Kurt kept in touch with us with updates as things progressed. I was definitely pleased.
For residential and commercial plumbing, go to theswellplumber.com and book your appointment today.
When your comfort is on the line, trust the experts who care. At Air Temp Heating and Cooling, we've been dedicated to keeping Castle Country cozy since 1999. Our certified technicians are ready with 24/7 emergency service and the latest knowledge in heating and cooling technology. As a proud Bryant authorized dealer, we'll do whatever it takes to ensure your home or business stays comfortable year-round. Call Air Temp Heating and Cooling today at 637-4468.
Emery High School baseball continues on the home of the Spartans.
News Talk 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
So welcome back as we go to the bottom of the second inning. Logan Curtis, the shortstop, will start the inning for the Carbon Dinos. Leading 3-0. Pitch by Jensen. Outside and a ball. 1-0 the count on that last top of the second inning. No runs, 1 hit. Nowhere, 1 left on for the Emery Spartans. We sit 3-0.
And it was a shame for Emery. They had a chance to cut into this deficit, but were just unable to bring Bo home. He was able to steal second, stole third, had an opportunity to make it home on a hit, but just was unable to get any support in the box.
Pitch is fouled on the ground of the backstop, so a 1-1 count to Logan Curtis, wearing number 19, the junior shortstop, trying to get the second inning off to the same way they did the first. They started off with the single by Logan Bennett to get that first inning started to score the 3 runs.
And on that one, Sonny, it was just a beautiful curve by Jensen, able to hit the bottom of the zone just beautifully.
Pitch, swing and a miss, and a strikeout.
And that's what Jensen needed to see. He needed to see a strikeout early on in the bottom half of this inning. Built up that confidence that he may have lost a little in the first. He looked a little rattled in that opening inning, but now he's looked like he's calmed himself and he's ready to go.
Both pitchers 4 strikeouts on the game. And up to bat, Logan Bennett, the center fielder, the senior, singled and scored a run in the first inning. Here's a little bouncer to third. Shortstop, it goes out into left field for the base hit. And Logan Bennett is 2 for 2 on the day.
And Bennett putting on a show on senior night so far, Sonny. He was able to get the single in his last at-bat and come away with a run. Now looking to have a little repeat success. This time, though, 1 less out to work with as they've already been able to tack one up on the board.
Right between Conover and Stilson out into left field. And the base hit to start the inning. Cash Withers up doubled and scored a run.
They're doing a good job. They're trying to keep him honest yet again. Again, Bennett leads the team in steals with 6 on the year.
His hit to right center field. Perfect hit right over the second baseman. And there's the windup and the pitch and a bouncer down the third base line, and it goes foul and an 0-1 count.
And it was close. Looks like if it would have caught a different awkward bounce, it would have stayed fair, but fate was not in favor of the Dinos.
I think that was a good thing for Emery that went foul, because that was going to be a really tough play at first.
You know, that was going to be an uncomfortable one to try and contain.
Jensen's pitch to Withers. Ball in a 1-1 count.
Evens it back up, good discipline.
1's on the board, 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Decent lead for Bennett over on first. Jensen looks over there a couple of times. Pitch for the strike. A beautiful pitch comes right over the plate and a 1-2 count.
The off-speed break of Jensen has
great.
been hard to hit all day long, especially when he's been finding it in the zone. Freezes batters in the box in an uncomfortable will they, won't they situation, and oftentimes they won't.
It's a beautiful pitch. There's a swing and a miss for the strikeout. Cash Withers strikes out swinging, and that will be strikeout number 5 for Jensen. So after a bit of a shaky first inning, allowing a single, a double, hit a couple of batters, he seems to be getting in the groove now.
Yeah, he's really finding himself, but up to the plate, one of those batters he did hit in the first in Maddox Wilson. It only took one pitch for him to get beamed and head to first. Now looking for some actual time in the box.
One ball, no strike, 2 down. Runner on first, throw over to first. Nice play over there by Johansson to jump up and save that ball. That could have easily been an extra base if that got past him.
And I think it was a necessary attempt to try and pick Bennett off. It's been a while since they checked up on him like that. Maybe he was getting a little too comfortable with what was happening, so you got to make sure you keep him on edge.
Another nice pitch to Wilson, swinging a miss and a 1-1 count, but Jensen's looking better as this game goes along.
Oh, he is looking night and day difference. A Dr. Jekyll performance in the bottom of the first now. Mr. Hyde up on the mound, able to pitch with precision.
1-1 count, 2 down, runner on first. Bennett is going to go. There won't be a throw. He gets to second on the steal. That is steal number 2 for the Carbon Dinos.
And it's one of those situations where, yeah, you give up the steal, but you avoid a much bigger play by holding the ball. And Emery knows that firsthand after watching North St. Pete blow their last contest against him due to some throwing errors from behind home plate.
Pitch gets past the catcher, goes to the backstop, and Bennett will go to third. So we got a runner on third now with 2 down.
Well, now things go from bad to worse, Sonny. Second base was a little more manageable, but now at third, a lot of pressure facing Jensen to get this out and end the inning before another run leaks through for the Dinos.
3-1 count. Jensen wind up in the pitch. Low and a ball and a walk.
And right now, Jensen just needs to get the right at-bat. He just needs to be able to find someone where he can get back into his rhythm. Gave up the hit to Bennett, was able to get the strikeout against Withers. But then, thanks to Bennett being able to steal twice in that single at-bat, looked a little more rattled, a little more concerned about things going on, and as a result, gives the walk up to Wilson.
First walk of the ball game's hit a couple of batters, but that's the first walk. So runners on the corner for the Carbon Dinos with 2 down. Paxton Falk struck out in the first inning, 0 for 1. The pitch. Fly ball down the first baseline. Is it going to stay in play? Trying to make a play on it. And it drops foul and an 0-1 count.
Yeah, that one had about 3 Spartans trying to chase it down in the hopes that they were going to be able to corral it before it blew astray, but no such luck for Emery.
So an 0-1 count with 2 down. 3-0 Dinos. 3 runs in the first inning.
And it's a packed ballpark today, son. You can tell that fans are passionate about this rivalry. You got rows of fans leading up all the way to the booth, all around the parking lot. It's completely full.
Always expect a great day in sports when Carbon and Emery are playing. Just a little bit special, isn't it? There's the pitch inside and a ball, 1-1 the count.
That it is, and like you mentioned, Sonny, it's beautiful baseball weather today as the temperature currently sits at 56 degrees with winds of about 7 miles per hour blowing, but it's nothing too noticeable out on the field.
Runners on the corner, count 1-1, 2 down. Paxton Falk, the batter for the Carbon Dinos. The pitch by Jensen, low and a ball.
And again, just trying to find his rhythm again. He had a hot start to the bottom of the second, but after Bennett's 2 steal outing, he's a little more concerned about that, and I don't blame him either.
Pitch count going up 2 as well. 2-1 count. The pitch by Jensen. Here's a shot to the shortstop, fielded by Stilson. Throw to second in time for out number 3. And they get away with no runs on that. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base as we go to the top of the 3rd inning. It's the Carbon Dinos 3 and the Emery Spartans nothing on the game of the week.
At Castle Country Vet, they believe every pet deserves a touch of love and expert care. You can trust Dr. Harmer and Dr. Kelly. They're not just veterinarians, but passionate pet lovers, dedicated to nurturing your furry friends like family. From routine checkups to emergency interventions, you and your pet will experience compassionate, professional care every step of the way. Let Castle Country Vet help your pets lead the happiest, healthiest lives. Call Castle Country Vet today, 637-5797, because love is a 4-legged word.
Hi, I'm Mackenzie Smith. After 6 years as a nurse, I've learned that sometimes our bodies just need a little extra support. That's what IV therapy can do. It can help you bounce back quicker after an illness, recover faster after a workout, ease migraines, and even improve focus and energy. Think of it as giving your body a direct line to the hydration and nutrients it needs to feel its best. I'd love to help you find the right blend for your goals. Reach out to me on Facebook or Instagram at wellness.iv.utah.
Now, back to the action. The high school baseball game of the week on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
So welcome back as we go to the top of the 3rd inning. Larson, the batter. Little dribbler goes to the shortstop. Curtis throw over the first in time for out number 1.
And it was just a great play out there in the infield. They were able to make it look easy as can be, and you got to hope that they do when it's an easy dribbler like that.
Last inning, no runs, no hits, 1 error, 2 left on base for the Carbon Dinos in the bottom of the 2nd inning. They did call that an error instead of a hit for Logan Bennett over to first base.
Yeah, I didn't see that. I thought it was a hit.
I did too. There's the pitch and a strike and a 0-1 count.
Trey Nelson hitting 200 on the season. Sonny through 25 at-bats. He's got 5 hits for 4 runs and 3 RBIs to his name. 1 extra base hit in the form of a double.
Swinging and a miss and an 0-2 count. So Pappas finds himself ahead of the batter with an 0-2 count, 1 down.
Pappas has been doing a great job of that all afternoon, jumping ahead of the batter, taking full advantage of the pace he brings.
Here's a little dribbler to third base. Falk tries to field it, bobbles it.
Just couldn't get
Nielsen gets to first.
Couldn't get the scoop up, and it results in a runner on first for the Spartans.
So we go to the top of the lineup. Ben Johansson grounded out to second, 0 for 1 in the ballgame.
And Johansson, a real threat, 375 hitter on the year. Sonny got 21 hits on the season with 10 RBIs.
Right-handed pitcher, left-handed batter, runner on first base. It's Nielsen. He'll take a decent lead over on first base. Pappas looks over a couple of times over his shoulder. Throws over to first. No play there.
And again, just trying to keep him honest. They know Nielsen is a bit of a speedster, so he would be able to make that run to second quite easily if he wanted to. So they're trying to keep him in check.
Pappas over to first again. No play once again. Game of the week here on KOAL 107.3 FM 750 AM. You can also stream the game. Explain to them how you can stream the game and watch it.
Well, you can find us over on YouTube, Sonny, at Castle Country Radio Carbon. Not only you can have access to today's game, but you'll have access to other games from throughout the year, both in the baseball season, the basketball season, and the football season. We got a little bit of everything for you over on YouTube at Castle Country Radio Carbon.
We had a bunt. Contact was made. It goes to the backstop. Runner goes to second, and then we'll have a little bit of a discussion with the umpires.
You and I talk about this all the time. We like when umpires get together like this, make sure they're getting the right call in place. Always good, and that's why you have multiple officials at these games, because it's much easier to work together as a team than it is to try and fly solo, especially in a game like baseball where there's so much you have to try and cover.
They do a great job. There's no video.
Move the count to 0-0.
Called a balk, so that's why the runner went to second. Here's a fly ball center field deep. Out there to make the catch is Logan Bennett. He'll get to the cutoff man. No, he'll go to third base. Runner stays on second. Nice play by Bennett out there to keep the runner at second.
No, Nelson was thinking about it. He watches Bennett make the catch, thinks about taking off, but then he sees the cannon that Bennett throws all the way to third, skipping the cut man entirely, able to make the throw all the way to third. That's a pretty powerful arm.
Treg Jensen, the pitcher, up to bat, struck out in the first inning, 0 for 1 on the day. Runner on second, pretty good lead. Pappas looks back, the windup in the pitch. Outside in a ball and a 1-0 count.
And in the game so far where offense has been at a premium for Emery, you want to take advantage of this situation with a runner in scoring position.
Peyton Nielsen on deck for the Emery Spartans with the 2 down. Runner in scoring position. Pitch by Pappas. Fouled out of play.
That one not only clears the backstop, Sonny, it goes flying all the way up onto the football field above us.
So we get a 1-1 count with 2 down. Runner at second. Pappas doing a good job on the mound, controlling the game so far. Looks back at second. Pitch. Fouled out of play once again. Count remains 1-2.
He's playing at his pace today, Sonny, and that plays right into his hand. If he wants to push it, he will push it. But if he wants to slow down, give himself a little more time to recover, take a few deep breaths, and get back to his motion, then he has the absolute right to do that. And he's been playing at his pace, and that's why he's been so successful today.
Pitch inside of the ball. 2-2 count, loaded with 2s. 2-2 count with 2 down. Runner on second.
And a chance to put this one away here with another strikeout. We've seen him do it before. More than likely going to try and be hunting for that again.
Nice little lead by Nielsen over on second base. Pappas with the windup in the pitch. Got the strike. And the strikeout in the corner. That's going to end the inning. So the strikeout by Pappas ends the inning with no runs, no hits, 1 error, and 1 left on base. As we go to the bottom of the third, Dinos up 3-0.
Discover peace of mind with Don's Hometown Insurance, now even closer to home at their new location, 58 West Main Street in Price. Connect directly with friendly agents ready to tailor a package just for you. Imagine bundling your home, auto, and life insurance, simplifying your life while maximizing your savings. Experience personalized service designed to protect what matters most to you. Visit Don's Hometown Insurance today and feel the difference.
Show your school spirit and support local high schools with the new Eastern Utah Community Credit Union debit and credit cards. Featuring designs for Carbon, Emery, and Grand High School, these cards let you carry a piece of your school's pride wherever you go. Plus, to make purchasing easier, Eastern Utah Community Credit Union has added the convenience of tap-to-pay and compatibility with major mobile wallets. Pick up your school spirit card today at any of the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union branches.
Emery High School baseball continues on the home of the Spartans.
News Talk 107.3 FM and 750 AM KOAL.
So we go to the bottom of the third inning. Jordan Nichols up to bat for the Carbon Dinos. He's 0 for 1, struck out in the first inning. First pitch is a ball outside by Jensen. So an 0-1 count for the Dinos, leading 3-0 here in the bottom of the third, trying to add to that. Pitch number 2 to Nichols is low in a ball and a 2-0 count.
And Nichols, pretty good hitter for the Dinos so far this year. 364, nothing to scoff at through 55 at-bats. Been able to score 14 runs on 20 hits. Has 9 RBIs. And he has 2 triples on the season and 6 doubles. He has 8 extra base hits.
That pitch just missed, and it's a 3-0 count. Jensen finds himself down 3-0. Strike right down the tube. So it's a 3-1 count.
That's one you're okay with watching it soar by. You're ahead in the count significantly. You have the chance to just wait for a pitch you like, and then you can take a crack at it.
Jensen with pitch number 49. Fly ball out to right field. Bo Stilson will make the catch for out number 1.
Routine grab for Stilson in right. Looked like it had some distance behind it, but gets caught up in the wind. Doesn't have the velocity to escape the park. Instead falls right into the waiting glove of Stilson.
Stilson plays it perfect, goes right to him, and hardly has to move for out number 1. And up will be a Brody Ware, hit by a pitch in the first inning.
Yeah, well, it was a disastrous start for the Spartans, if we're being honest. Sonny, 2 hit by pitches in the first. Ware, 297 hitter on the year with 19 hits and 8 RBIs.
Foul to the backstop at 0-1 count. With that pitch, Jensen hits number 50.
And he's got a pair of extra base hits on the year, 1 double, but also 1 triple, so he can put it into play, and he can speed around the bases.
Foul to the backstop and an 0-2 count. The Emery Spartan defense playing him straight up. So it's an 0-2 count with nobody down. Dinos up 3-0, trying to add to that.
Now, Ware a little swing happy. He's got 14 strikeouts on the year compared to 5 walks.
1 down. On the fly ball, the pitch is high.
And we've seen that happen a few times for Jensen. It just gets away from him in the motion, trying to hit a nice little breaking ball, but just can't get it to drop down and instead goes soaring over the batter's head.
Pitch by Jensen. Beautiful pitch in there, swing and a miss. Jensen gets strikeout number 6.
Now, when Jensen's been on today, Sonny, he has been very on, but when he's been off, it's been the exact opposite. So the Spartans looking for him to stay in the pace that he is right now, because when he's playing like he has the past 2 innings, Emery can overcome quite a bit defensively.
Yeah, I mean, the first inning, they got a couple of hits to get base runners, but the pitches that hit the batters were the difference in that inning. That made the difference. I think he could have got out of that inning without that.
Yeah, those were killers. You put 2 on base for free, and they're able to take full advantage of it. And they're in an inning where their bats are hot. You just can't afford an inning like that. But luckily for Emery, they gave themselves plenty of time to try and recover, as it only happened in the first.
Caden Sandoval at the plate, swung and a miss for a foul, and fouled it off. Second pitch, same thing, so he's now down 0-2. He reached on an error in the first inning. So it's an 0-2 count with 1 down. Dinos lead 3-0, bottom of the third. Jensen just inside. Wow, Sandoval did a good job getting out of the way.
That he did. And he's a player who we don't see strike out too often. Only 4 Ks on the year for Sandoval. He's been walked 8 times, so his plate discipline is on point.
1-2 count. Pitch is high and a 2-2 count. Started out 0-2. It's now 2-2 with 1 down.
And thanks to his frame, Sonny, he has the advantage of playing with a bit of a smaller batter's box, and that's a bit of a troubling thing for opposing pitchers.
Pitch by Jensen. Grounder to the shortstop, Drake Stilson. Throw to first. Not in time. Running it out is Sandoval. And so the single for Caden Sandoval has a runner on first for the Carbon Dinos with 1 down, trying to add to that 3-0 lead.
And Stilson bobbles it out in short, can't get the throw off cleanly, and as a result, we have a runner on first for the Dinos.
Freshman Jason Urbanik, playing catcher, struck out in the first inning, 0-for-1 on the day. So we got the runner on first. It's Caden Sandoval, takes a little bit of a lead. Medium-sized lead. Pitches low and a ball and a 1-0 count.
And Urbanik, despite only being a freshman, has shown a lot of plate discipline in this season. He's only been struck out 7 times on the year. He's been walked 8. So a pretty 50-50 split on that. That works in his favor.
Here's a line shot to right field for a base hit by Urbanik. And now the Dinos have something going with 1 down with runners on first and second. So back-to-back singles for the Carbon Dinos. Logan Curtis up. The shortstop, junior wearing number 19, struck out in the second inning. He's 0-for-1 on the day.
And a pinch runner coming in for the Dinos, Sonny. It's going to be Jackson Bozzoni. And you want a kid who has some speed on the base, and Jackson going to deliver just that. The kid is a lightning bolt.
Yeah, we've seen him on the basketball court. He could definitely get the ball down the court quickly.
I hope we get to see him on the football field, too.
Yep.
I feel like that's someone who could really help the Dinos out in that sport as well.
Jensen with runners on first and second, only 1 down. Pitch number 61, the windup in the pitch. And the ball and a 1-0 count.
And it was a little will he, won't he moment for Sandoval. He starts taking off for third, but good recovery behind the plate by Tice Larson. Holds him at second. Tice does such a good job behind home plate.
Tough position to play in the game of baseball, catcher. Foul to the backstop on the swing. And a 1-1 count.
I do not envy him. You got to manage so many different personalities for the pitchers, and you also got to be pretty good at framing those pitches, Sonny. You're trying to trick the umpire. You're trying to trick the batter. You're trying to keep track of everything happening around the field. That's a lot to try and manage, and he's up to the task.
Jensen looks back at second. Pretty good sized lead. The pitch, foul to the backstop once again, and a 1-2 count with 2 down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see that off-speed breaking throw from Jensen here. He's been able to strike out quite a few batters with it. I think this is the perfect situation to try and break that out.
So we got a 1-2 count, 2 down. The windup of the pitch by Jensen is outside in the ball on a 2-2 count, evening up that count with 2 down.
And a good job by Tice again behind home plate, lunging to try and corral that one in before it can hit the backstop. Does just that again, holding the runners in their places.
Jensen gets the sign, looks back at second. Couple of times the pitch. And he got Curtis. That is the third hit batter for the Carbon Dinos, and we now have bases loaded.
And again, those are the kinds of throws that really hurt as a team. We saw it in the first, and we talked about it at the top of this inning, that those were the ones where the Dinos were able to really gain themselves a lot of momentum, and especially with Bennett stepping up to the batter's box. 2 for 2 on the day, looking to add a few RBIs to his already stellar performance.
Singled in the first. They said the second was an error, so he's up for the third time in the ballgame in 3 innings. He's the leadoff batter for the Carbon Dinos, swinging a miss and a 0-1 count.
You can tell Bennett's wanting to punish that ball and send it soaring. He's got some bad intentions behind that swing.
Once again, another big at bat in this ballgame with bases loaded and 2 down. 0-1 count to Bennett. Jensen looks around. There's a runner on every base. The windup, the pitch, fouled out of play and an 0-2 count.
Well, you look at the stat sheet, Sonny. As a team, the Dinos have had 4 home runs on the year. 3 of them have come courtesy of Logan Bennett. He's looking to try and take one of the best Spartan pitchers' yard in this go-around.
Oh, 2 count with 2 down. Jensen. The windup of the pitch. Swing and a miss, and he got him. And they leave bases loaded with that strikeout to Bennett. That will be strikeout number 7 for Jensen. And as we go to the top of the 4th inning, after a couple of hits for the Carbon Dinos, they can't get a run to go past home plate. We go to the top of the 4th inning, and it is 3-0 Carbon Dinos. Emery up to bat when we return.
Hey there, food lovers. It's Bill Hicks from Farlano's Cafe, your new favorite spot for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Whether you're craving a hearty omelet, a fresh salad, our golden curly fries, or our mouth-watering pastas, we've got you covered. And we're open 7 days a week. So come on down to Farlano's Cafe, where every meal is a celebration. Remember, it's where the locals eat. Visit us at Farlano's, where great food and great company come together. See you soon.
I was hoping to talk to someone about updating my insurance policy.
I am able to understand complete sentences.
That was a complete sentence?
I didn't understand that.
Why can't I just talk to a person?
No one talks to humans anymore.
Sometimes humans are just more helpful.
I hear you. Why don't we review your coverage with a super check?
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Contact Farm Bureau agent Jill Jensen in Price today.
Now, back to the action. The high school baseball game of the week on KOAL 107.3 FM and 7.
Peyton Nielsen, number 22, the left fielder, will start the inning for the Emery Spartans. We go to the top of the 4th inning, trying to get a run on the board here, trailing 3-0. Fly out in the first inning, so he's 0 for 1 on the day. In the first pitch by Pappas, swing and a miss by Nielsen, and an 0-1 count.
And again, the pace of Pappas has been unmatched today. He's controlling it.
Pitch high in the ball, 1-1 counts. Pitch number 39 for Pappas.
Yeah, he's done an excellent job keeping that pitch count low, trying to extend his day as much as possible. Emery, Trigg has thrown so far, looks like 68 pitches on the day.
Ball a bit high for a 2-1 count. 2-1 count to Nielsen. Pappas with the pitch. Swing and a miss. We're even at 2.
And just when you think Pappas is going to start falling behind, he's able to bounce back in so efficiently.
2-2 count. High, just a bit high in a full count. 3-2. Full count for Nielsen. Pitch by Pappas, swing and a miss. Strikeout by Nielsen, and that will be strikeout number 6 for Pappas.
And of now the 43 pitches thrown by Pappas, 30 of them have been for a strike, Sonny. That's incredible efficiency. Nearly 75% of his pitches find in the zone.
Garrett Conover struck out in the second inning, 0 for 1 on the day. Pappas with the windup in the pitch. Fly ball left field, deep over to cover it. It falls in front of Withers. It will go to the fence, and a double for the Emery Spartans. So Garrett Conover with the double to left field.
Conover with a good strike on that one. You could hear the crack of the bat from up here in the booth, and that one sounded like it had a lot of power. Momentarily looked like it might have the distance to clear the park, but drops just short, almost on the warning track.
So runner in scoring position with 1 down. Bo Stilson up to bat for the Emery Spartans, 1 for 1, singled in the second inning.
And this is a
also
good
stole the base as well.
This is a good combination. Conover on base, Stilson up to bat. This is a chance for the Spartans to start cutting into this deficit. They just got to take advantage of it with only 1 out in this inning.
So when you look at, we say that first inning is so important. It's been pretty even since the first inning, but still you can tell that Carbon's in control of the game because of that first inning.
Yeah, no, they just have not let off the gas pedal. Haven't been able to put up any more runs, but you can tell they're playing more relaxed than Emery. They're in their element here at their home turf.
Pappas looks back at second. The windup and the pitch to Stilson, swing and a miss. 0-1 count.
And we talk about how good Larson is doing behind home plate. Jason Urbanek, only a freshman, he has been stellar all season long defensively. And that's a tall task to step up to as an underclassman.
0-1 count. Pappas looks back at second. Wind up in the pitch, foul to the backstop, and an 0-2 count.
And now a chance for Pappas to escape from some danger. This is a dangerous part of Emery's lineup. You get out of here, you just got to get through Stoker, who is a notorious power hitter. Then you can escape, and you can feel pretty good about how this inning went.
Yeah, absolutely. Top of the fourth, it's 3-0. Carbon with the lead. Game of the week here on KOAL 107.3 FM 750 AM. Pappas looks back at second a couple of times. The pitch. Fly ball to first base. Second baseman's going to come over and make the play. Sandoval for out number 2.
It has to backpedal quite a bit, but able to track it successfully. Snags it out of the air as Stilson heads back to the dugout. 2 outs now for the Spartans, and looking to try and get through Easton Stoker.
That's a nice play by Sandoval. And looking up in the sun, came a long ways over, almost behind first base to make that play.
It was. There are a few clouds in the sky, Sonny, but nothing that's going to give you a reprieve trying to track that ball through the air. So good dedication.
Stoker up the bat, struck out in the second inning, 0 for 1 on the afternoon. The first pitch is a ball outside, so a 1-0 count with 2 down.
And Stoker loves to swing, so those strikeouts don't really faze him. He's going to bounce back every time and try and make you pay.
Drake Stilson on deck for the Emery Spartans. Throw back to second. No play. Trying to keep him honest over there. Nice play by the Dinos to keep him close to second base with a 1-0 count and 2 down.
Yeah, it's been a while since they checked up on Conover on second. Just a good way to kind of keep him in check.
So Pappas looked back at second once again. Taking his time on the mount, Pappas goes back at second once again.
And wind's starting to pick up here at the ballpark, Sonny, blowing from left field to right field. Looking like it's blowing about 7 to 8 miles per hour here in Price. So picking up as we go into the middle stages of today's contest.
Afternoon winds in April. They happen every day.
I hate winds.
You might as well just get used to that. Looks back at second. Runner started to go, and he stays, and the pitch is a ball.
I hate wind so much, Sonny. I think it's the worst type of weather. I'll deal with rain, I'll deal with snow. I love sunshine, but wind, it's just, you can't really do much about it.
2-0 count. Swing and a miss and a 2-1 count. Nice pitch that time by Pappas.
Yeah, bringing himself back into the at-bat. Gets his first strike of the showdown, but one where you kind of needed it. You didn't want to fall behind 3-0.
Stoker finds himself with the 2-1 count. Pappas with the windup and the pitch. Fly ball high down the first baseline will go out of play. And a 2-2 count with 2 down with a runner on second for Emery, trying to get their first run of the ball game with a runner in scoring position here. Trailing 3-0 in the top of the fourth.
Now, the only problem is this has been a situation where Pappas has exceeded expectations all game long. He's seen a lot of success in these 2-2-2 situations, often able to find the strikeout.
Ball curved in, just missed. That was a nice pitch. And we had a full count, 3-2.
Good eye by Stoker. A lesser man probably would have swung wildly at it. He stays disciplined, keeps himself alive. It's a real battle in the box.
Pitch. Bouncer back to Pappas. Fields it cleanly. Throw to first in time for out number 3. And the runner is stranded at second base with no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on. We go to the bottom of the fourth inning. Carbon 3, Emery nothing. Dinos up to bat when we return.
Discover the strength and beauty of Flawless Sheeting's metal siding and roofing solutions, designed to endure and crafted to conserve energy. The products offered by Flawless Sheeting ensure your home not only looks good, but feels good too. Plus, they come with a 40-year warranty. Enjoy superior durability and enhanced comfort year-round with new roofing from Flawless Sheeting. Ready to upgrade? Call Flawless Sheeting at 636-7300 and elevate the way you live.
You see your friends with their new travel trailers, four-wheelers, and side-by-sides. They're living the dream, right? Well, it doesn't just have to be a dream. You can start living that same dream life today by starting your new career with GMS Mine Repair and Maintenance. GMS is hiring mechanics, electricians, fabricators, experienced and inexperienced miners. They offer high starting wages, benefits, a 401k, and vacation pay. Local jobs are available. Apply today. Email your resume to kbarker@gmsminerepair.com. The dream can be yours with GMS Mine Repair.
Emery High School baseball continues on the home of the Spartans.
News Talk 107.3 FM and 750 AM KOAL.
Welcome back to the game of the week. We go to the bottom of the fourth inning. The Dinos up 3-0. New pitcher for the Emery Spartans will be number 1, Ben Johansson. And the lefty steps in for Trig Jensen. Finishes with 7 strikeouts on the day. Got himself up with a high pitch count up in the, 68 pitches, I believe he pitched today?
Yep, 68 pitches, Sonny, and I think it's a tactical move by manager Chase Julian, trying to keep him below that limit for the UHSAA, and an attempt to try and keep him ready and fresh for Friday's contest.
So number 1, Ben Johansson steps into the ball game for the Emery Spartans. Cash Withers comes up to the plate. He's 1 for 2, doubled and scored a run in the first inning, struck out in the second.
In the threshold that Jensen found himself in, he's currently required 2 days of rest before he can again take the mound. So I think a good move, pulling him out, getting some fresh blood up on the hill.
So Johansson's first pitch fouled out of play by Withers in an 0-1 count. First pitching change of the day comes in the bottom of the fourth.
This is what usually when you start to see it. If your pitcher is pitching exceptionally well, you're going to leave him in for an extended amount of time. But normally about the fourth inning, you're ready to see some fresh blood.
Second pitch, swing and a miss. So 2 pitches for Johansson, 2 strikes, 0-2 the count. The lefty winds up. Fly ball. Center field coming over to make the play. The right fielder comes to make the play. That's a nice play by Bo Stilson. I thought the center fielder was going to make the play. Bo Stilson covers the ground, makes the catch for out number 1.
And a good job tracking it by Stilson, able to sprint from right field near center. He's got a lot of athleticism. He shows it off on that play.
So 1 down, and Maddox Wilson will come to the plate for the Carbon Dinos. Hit by a pitch, scored a run in the first inning, walked in the second. So he's touched first base both times he's got up to bat. The first pitch is inside and a ball and a 1-0 count.
And Maddox, first at bat, gets beaten. Second, he's able to reach base by his own volition.
Pitch. Fly ball right field will go foul out. Stayed in play and a 1-1 count.
You can hear
the foul.
I guess you can't really describe it as a crack of the bat when it's aluminum. It's more of a loud ding of the bat, but you could hear it echo throughout the ball field. A lot of power when Maddox Wilson steps up to the plate.
Johansson. Pitch number 5, outside in the ball, 2-1 the count.
And Johansson just trying to find his footing. That's always the hardest part of coming into these games midway through, is you got to find your pace. You got to find what's going to be working for you. And that first frame that you're in, it can be a bit of a struggle you got to overcome.
Pitches outside the ball, 2-2. I don't know, the sound of the wood bat.
No, you can't beat it. I much prefer that over the aluminum.
Go to a major league game and you hear that wood bat, that crack.
There's really nothing quite like it.
So we got a 3-1 count with 1 down. The pitch. Shot down the third base line. That's a nice play by Conover. Throw to first in time for the out, number 2.
Easy job out there. Great job fielding it out at third.
Sorry, that was Drake Stilson making that play.
Even more impressive.
They switched him around there on us, but that's a great play by Drake Stilson. Sorry about that.
Even more impressive, Sonny. That's a freshman making a grown man play, able to snag it along the line, make the throw to the first for out number 2, mixed up first and third. And a good first throw by Johansson, able to hit the bottom left corner.
We got some changes in the outfield for Emery. We'll try to get them for you. Nielsen playing first now. Here's a shot. Going to be a base hit. Gets between third and short. And Falk will get to first base with the single for the Carbon Dinos with 2 down. Keeping the inning alive. Jordan Nichols up. Struck out in the first, flew out in the third. He's 0 for 2 on the day.
Yeah, keeping things rolling, Sonny. That's what the Dinos have done best. They extend these outings for the Spartans pitchers. That's why we saw Jensen's count climb so high only through 3 innings.
Pinch runner for the Carbon Dinos. Curtis Jones. Jordan Nichols comes to the plate, as we said, 0 for 2. Runner on first base with 2 down for the Dinos. Bottom of the 4th inning, 3-0 Carbon. Game of the week here on KOAL 107.3 FM, 750 AM.
And Nichols stepping to the plate. Not necessarily a face you want to be seeing in this situation, Sonny. A 364 hitter.
Pitch. And the ball, 1-0 the count.
Emery again trying to escape the inning unscathed. They've had a lot of success of doing that, with the exception of the first where they let 3 through.
Jones with a small lead over at first. Base hit between third and shortstop. Out into the left field. And Nichols with the single, back-to-back singles for the Carbon Dinos with 2 down. Runners on first and second, and up to bat will be Brody Ware.
And this is a story we've seen before, Sonny. The Dinos back-to-back singles. This is normally where in the rotation you see a walk thrown by an Emery pitcher this game to load the bases, and then they're going to have to try and escape in some unneeded stress with 2 outs.
Hit by a pitch in the first inning, struck out in the third. So runners on first and second with 2 down. Johansson looks back at second. Pitch in for a strike and an 0-1 count. Good pitch.
The off-speed from Johansson has been on point so far in this inning. That's been what he's been able to find a majority of his strikes with.
So 0-1 count. Good side lead on second and first as well. Johansson looks back at second, swing and a miss, and an 0-2 count ahead of the batter.
And that's exactly where he wants to be. Now 1 strike away from ending this inning, and again, leaving runners stranded for the Dinos.
Has some pitches to play with here with an 0-2 count. Looks back at second once again. Here's a bouncer, fielded, gets past the third baseman that time. Stilson, runner coming home, plate to plate. Not in time, and the Dinos have a 4-0 lead.
Risky business on that run. Sonny coming from Jones, able to clear around third, and it was a close call, but we've seen a few of those so far. Just unable to get the tag down in time was Larson. Ball was in his possession, had the opportunity, but gravity was not in his favor.
Jones gets home to make it 4-0.
And now if you're Emery, you're just trying to stop another runner in scoring position from crossing home plate and leave this one with only 1 coming through.
Sandoval makes contact. Ball goes out of play and an 0-1 count. So runners on first and second. 2 down. Dinos up 4-0 with 1 run here in the fourth to add to the 3 in the first. Pitch number 17 for Johansson coming up. Pitch. Got the corner and a strike, 0-2.
He was up 0-2 in the last at-bat, now trying to put away the Dinos for the inning.
3 singles, all in a row for the Carbon Dinos. Runners on first and second, one of them scoring. Swing and a miss, and that will end the inning.
And that was a much-needed out for the Spartans as they get to head back to the dugout and try and regroup.
1 run, 3 hits, 1 error. As we go to the top of the 5th inning, it's Carbon 4 and the Emery Spartans nothing.
What the Utah Miners Hospital offers is relatively unique in the country to help take care of people who have really dedicated their careers, their lives to hard work.
I have torn rotator cuffs in my shoulders. Honestly, I don't remember everything I've had done. I think I've had to wait 10 minutes one time. It's amazing that there's a fund out there. You have no medical bills.
If you're ready and you need us, please give us a call. We're happy to help.
Hi, I'm Dr. Daniel Kelly, owner of Castle Valley Orthodontics. What's keeping you from having a perfect smile? We understand what you want from a local orthodontist, and here at Castle Valley Orthodontics, you'll be treated like family. Call Castle Valley Orthodontics at 637-2222 for a free consultation.
Emery High School baseball continues on the home of the Spartans.
News Talk 107.3 FM and 750 AM KOAL.
We go to the top of the 5th inning here at Carbon High School. Game of the Week, Castle Country Radio's Game of the Week here on KOAL 107.3 FM, 750 AM. You can also watch us on the stream here at Carbon High School. Carbon and Emery. Carbon up 4-0. Drake Stilson to the plate for the Carbon Dinos. Pappas remains in the game for the Dinos pitching. The first pitch is a strike and a 0-1 count, and he's had a great game.
Oh, he has been excellent, Sonny, throughout today's contest, and he, opening this inning, looks to continue that pace as he throws the first pitch strike.
Pitch number 2 for the strike and an 0-2 count. Gets ahead of the batter, Drake Stilson. Struck out in the second inning, 0 for 1 on the day.
And that's the kind of damage Pappas has been doing Emery, only on their second run-through of the batting order.
Pitch a ball and a 1-2 count.
Emery riding a 3-game win streak coming into this contest. Dinos looking to snap that as Emery looking a little weary from several days worth of action, playing a doubleheader against Parowan yesterday.
Fouled to the backstop and a 1-2 count.
And again, Pappas throws 57 pitches so far today. 40 of them have been strikes. He is hitting that zone beautifully.
Pitch outside and a ball and a 2-2 count.
Evens it all up. Pappas looking for the strikeout.
Pitch number 59 for Pappas. Wind up of the pitch. Little bouncer to second base. Fielded there cleanly. Throw in time for the out. Nice play by Sandoval at second to make the play for out number 1.
And we've seen him make some excellent plays throughout the day, out from second, running up on that grounder, able to sprint behind first base to catch a fly ball. Anywhere that they have needed him to be, Sandoval has been.
Tice Larson, the catcher, up to bat, grounded out to shortstop in the third inning, 0 for 1 on the day. So 1 down for the Emery Spartans, trying to get at least the 1 run back that they allowed in the fourth, adding to the 3 in the first, trailing 4-0.
Yeah, Emery needs to start getting the momentum going in their favor. They had time after the third run first inning.
This might be it. There's a deep fly ball to left field. It is to the fence. The warning track, and it'll turn out to be a single for the Emery Spartans, but Larson got a hold of that. I thought it was gone for a second.
No, I did too, Sonny. It was up in the air. It had the momentum, but I think the wind got just a little bit of a hold of it as it falls harmlessly onto the warning track, stopping him for a single. But the momentum Emery needs comes with that hit, so now you have a runner on base. You can get things going.
Jesse Simmons comes in to be the pinch runner for the Emery Spartans on first base. We got a runner on first with 1 down. Up to bat, Trey Nielsen. Reached base on an error in the third inning. Right-handed pitcher, left-handed batter. Here we go. Pappas looks over at first base. Decent lead. Oh, what a play down the third base line. A shot. And Falk makes the catch and throws to first and gets the double play. That's a fantastic play.
That was excellent reflexes by Falk, able to snag the line drive out of the air. That thing's flying towards your face. Most people would try and back out of the way. Instead, he reaches up his glove, makes the catch, and then the throw to first for the double play. My goodness, right when things felt like they were going in Emery's favor, Sonny, they quickly swing back in the momentum of Carbon.
So we have no runs on 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. The Dinos lead 4-0, and there will be at bat when we come back.
Having a great local pharmacy that you can rely on is important. At Price Family Pharmacy, transferring your prescriptions is simple and hassle-free. Just call us at 637-3737 and we'll take care of the rest. Need your medication delivered right to your door? We offer free delivery to make your life even easier. Managing multiple medications? Ask about our convenient med packing service to keep you organized and on track. Visit Price Family Pharmacy and experience a team that genuinely cares. Feel better about your pharmacy. Choose Price Family Pharmacy today.
The time is now to join the JN Auto Experience. Browse quality used cars, trucks, and SUVs at our Price or Huntington lots. JN Auto can even help you get financing. Get fast, expert mechanic service to keep your vehicle running smoothly. Treat your car to a spotless wash or make it shine with professional detailing. Even rent a car. All in one convenient stop. JN Auto. Driven forward.
Now, back to the action. The high school baseball game of the week on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
So Ben Johansson on the plate again for the second inning for him. Coming in for Trig Jensen. Up the bat will be Jason Urbanek. Struck out in the first, singled in the third, 1 for 2 on the day. Left-handed pitcher, right-handed batter. Here we go. It's the start at the bottom of the fifth inning. Fly ball goes out of play and a foul and a 0-1 count.
I said a lot, Sonny, but I'm always glad that we call baseball games in these nice covered booths because some of those things falling down like mortar shells above us.
So we got an 0-1 count with nobody down. Starting the bottom of the fifth inning for the Dinos, up 4-0. Pitch is low and a 1-1 count.
It looks like that one just got away from him at the last second, went lower than he was trying to get it.
Pitch by Johansson. Pitch number 21. Ball is well and a 2-1 count.
And a good eye by Urbanek. He's staying composed in the box, doing what he needs to do.
Two one count. The pitch. Swing and a miss. 2-2.
Good movement on the toss by Johansson and just off speed enough to fool Urbanek.
2-2 count to the freshman. Jason Urbanek playing catcher for the Carbon Dinos. The windup in the pitch by Johansson. Low and a ball, 3-2, full count.
Well, and that one was flirting with it, Sonny. That felt like it could have been called either way.
That's a good eye to let that one go past.
That
get
is.
The ball call.
That's play discipline right there.
Pitch by Johansson. Inside and the ball, and Urbanek will reach on the walk.
Well, if there was any doubt about the last ball, that one left room for none as it goes out of the zone entirely. Urbanek has to dodge. And now a courtesy runner coming in for the Dinos as they again throw in Jackson Bozzoni.
Walk number 2 for the pitchers for Emery. Jensen with 1, Johansson with 1. So runner on first for the Carbon Dinos here in the bottom of the fifth, leading 4-0. Pitch goes to Logan Curtis. And a ball and a 1-0 count.
And Curtis, he's been able to score a run in this contest, but on the season yet to collect any hits. He's had 4 tries to do so through 9 games played. Hasn't found any success, but now a chance to flip the script.
Small lead at first. There's a bunt. Picked up by Johansson. Throw to first in time for the out. Advances the runner to second. Now a runner in scoring position with the 1 down.
You know, even though you didn't make it to first, you got to go back to the dugout with the satisfaction that you executed that perfectly, able to advance the runner to second. And especially with Logan Bennett stepping to the plate, you have a runner in scoring position, a speedy runner in that with Jackson Bozzoni. Anything that could be a single could quickly turn into a sprint for home plate.
Yeah, I mean, when you go from 4 runs to 5 runs, so much for the grand slam to tie the game up. So this is huge for the Carbon Dinos. Runner at second. Pitch to Bennett. High fly ball, center field coming in hard to make the catch, and he does. Trey Nielsen, I believe the center fielder. No, that would be Garrett Conover. As they moved around, Garrett Conover making some plays at third. Now he makes a great play as he goes out into center field, makes the play for the Emery Spartans.
No, and that's what Conover does best. We see him succeed in just about every position he steps into, whether it be on the mound, at third, in center field, in the box. He really can do it all.
Full blast running in to make that play. For out number 1, runner remains at second for the Carbon Dinos.
And again, the clouds are in the sky, but doing no favors to try and cover up the sun when you're trying to track the ball. So it's a testament of will when you're able to snag one of those.
Pitch. Withers, fly ball down the first base line, and it will go foul. Withers is 1 for 3 on the day, doubled to right center field and scored a run in the first inning, struck out in the second. Fly ball for the out to right center field in the 4th inning.
And Withers, a pretty consistent batter for the Dinos. 328 hitter on the season with 22 hits and 13 RBIs. Looking to add 1 more to that total.
Looks back at second a couple of times. The windup in the pitch. Swing and a miss and an 0-2 count. So Johansson finds himself ahead of the batter here with an 0-2 count with one down.
And it felt like it was really important that with no outs and a runner or with one out and a runner on second, that they try and get the momentum going, and they've done just that.
Looks back at second. Pretty good sized lead. Pitch is low and outside for the ball and a 1-2 count.
And when you're up 0-2, you can't afford a throw like that. Just don't let it become a habit.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 down. Wind up. Pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. And that will be out number 3. So we will go to the top of the 6th inning. And the Carbon Dinos remain up 4-0. When we come back, the Emery Spartans with the chance to try to get back into this game.
It's fun! It's our favorite place.
Strike up family fun for everyone. Gateway Lanes. Families that play together stay together. And Gateway Lanes is your center for fun, snacks, and great food. So let Gateway Lanes do the cooking with open and league bowling year-round and Club Bowl Thursday night, 9 till 11:30, with unlimited bowling including shoes. Since 1989, Helper's Hometown Bowling Center, Gateway Lanes, South Main Street in historic Helper, and bowlhelper.com. Let's roll.
Welcome to Emery and Carbon Animal Health, where Dr. Jensen and his staff greet you and your pet with caring smiles. Our exam rooms are clean and inviting. Our accredited doctors offer many procedures, including examinations, surgery, dentistry, and boarding. Schedule an appointment today. 2 locations to serve you. Emery and Carbon Animal Health. Animals big and small. We care for them all.
Emery High School baseball continues on the home of the Spartans.
News Talk 107.3 FM and 750 AM KOAL.
Welcome back to the game of the week. We go to the top of the 6th inning here at Carbon High School. The Dinos lead 4-0. Remaining on the mound is Xander Pappas. He's pitching a really good game for the Carbon Dinos. As we go to the top of the 6th, he is at pitch number 63 when he starts this inning. And up to bat for the Emery Spartans as we go back to the top of the lineup, Ben Johansson.
And you look at the 62 pitches that Pappas has thrown today, 43 of them have fallen in the strike zone. So he's got a lot of consistency in that. You always want to see that number floating close to the 2/3, 66% line. He's been able to hit that perfectly today.
First pitch is a ball outside and a 1-0 count. The windup pitch number 2 to Johansson. That will be a base hit. Right over the shortstop out into the outfield. Perfect base hit. They get the inning going with a single by Ben Johansson.
And it feels like it's starting to be do or die time for the Spartans. And Johansson recognizes that, sends the shot into the gap, and gets on first, giving the Spartans a much-needed lifeline.
Trig Jensen up to bat. The junior, 0 for 2 on the day. A couple of strikeouts, 1 in the first and 1 in the third, trying to get on base here for the first time with nobody out and a runner on first for Emery. Small lead over there for Johansson. Pappas looks over. Couple of times over his shoulder. Throws over to first, not in time.
And they've been doing an excellent job in keeping those Emery runners guessing all game long. They haven't been able to get complacent. They haven't been able to gain any sense of normalcy trying to get the lead. Instead, they've always been forced back.
Peyton Nielsen on deck for the Emery Spartans. Nobody down, runner on first. Top of the 6th, 4-0 Carbon. Pitch by Pappas is outside the ball. Got him in trouble. Throw to first. Is he going to get to second in time? He does. They had a chance to pick him off. But now we're runner in scoring position for the Emery Spartans. As Johansson gets the second on that.
And on the season, that moves Johansson into double digits, 4 steals. That's his 10th of the year, and he gets it in a very necessary fashion.
Steal number 3 for the team today. So nice lead on second now. Pappas looks back. Throw Showing bunt is Jensen. Pulls back in the ball, so it's a 2-0 count.
And we saw it against North St. Pete, Sonny. When the Spartans get into these do-or-die situations in late innings, you see their base running aggressiveness really pick up, and that's what helped them steal the win away from the Hawks.
Yep, they caused a couple of bad throws trying to pick runners off. That's how they got their runs. Here's a ground ball to second, fielded there. Throw over to first in time for the out. And a nice play for the Carbon Dinos. Caden Sandoval, the second baseman, scoops it up. So out number one, runner advanced to third with one down. And coming up will be Peyton Nielsen.
And now you got to get a strikeout, or you want to play in the infield to avoid any sort of sacrifice fly. The Dinos they feel good about their 4-run lead. However, you don't want to see Emery start inching closer and closer to it.
0 for 2 on the day. Flew out in the first inning, struck out in the fourth inning. So runner on third with one down, 4-0 Carbon, top of 6. Pitch by Pappas, swing and a miss, and an 0-1 count on Nielsen.
And Pappas looking to bring his pace back as he immediately gets into position to throw another pitch.
Small lead on the grass on third base. Fly ball, fouled away over the backstop, and an 0-2 count. So Pappas gets ahead of the batter, 0-2.
And now a chance to get a much-needed second out this inning as the count sits 0-2.
One down, 0-2 count. Pappas with the pitch and the strike as Nielsen watches it go by. So Pappas gets strikeout number 7 in the ball game.
And that was a much-needed strikeout for the Dinos. Now you take out the possibility of a sacrifice fly. 2 outs on the inning.
So Garrett Conover up to bat, struck out in the second, doubled in the fourth, 1 for 2 on the day. So runner on third with 2 down for Emery, trying to get a run in here to cut this 4-run lead that the Dinos have here in the top of the 6th inning. Pappas has gone the whole way. Pitch number 1 to Conover for the strike and an 0-1 count.
And just when you think Pappas might be tiring out, he comes back with some of his best throws of the contest, that last strikeout. And now again, this at-bat, he's bringing back the fire.
Bo Stilson on deck for the Emery Spartans. Pappas with the pitch. Fly ball, center field coming in to make the play is Logan Bennett for out number 3.
And Bennett, again, right when you need him to make a play in center field, it feels like he is always where he needs to be. Snags that one out of the air and sends the Spartans back to the dugout to ponder with a potential of one more set of at-bats for Emery.
So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's Carbon Dinos 4 and the Emery Spartans nothing, with the Dinos a chance to add to that in the bottom of the 6th when we come back.
Our home flooded when the refrigerator line broke. We felt helpless, didn't know what to do. Our neighbors told us to call On Call Restore. They really came through for us.
Serving all of southeastern Utah, they're fast and professional. 24/7 emergency services for water, fire, and mold. They even do emergency board-ups. And as a licensed insured general contractor, they do the remodeling as well. Call for a free quote, 650-1092.
Bringing you peace of mind during the worst of times. Call On Call, 650-1092.
We'll be on our way.
Golfers, get ready for year-round fun at Swing and Swear. Step into the action with over 43,000 world-class courses to choose from. No passport required. Rain or shine, you can tee off indoors. Multiple bays, club rentals, tables, chairs, and concessions. It's the perfect spot to practice your game, celebrate with friends, or spend time with family. From the serious golfer to first-timers, everyone is welcome to join the fun. Swing and Swear, located just off Ridge Road. Call 299-6200 to schedule a tee time today.
Now, back to the action. The high school baseball game of the week on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
Welcome back. First pitch by Johansson to start the bottom of the 6th inning. A ball, and it got the catcher.
And that's why we talk about we don't envy the position the catcher gets put in, because you're getting heat thrown at you every play. And sometimes one of those balls is going to go awry and it's going to catch you off guard.
Maddox Wilson, the batter for the Carbon Dinos, hit by a pitch and scored a run in the first, walked in the second, grounded out the third in the fourth inning.
He was a part of the big boom for the Dinos in that first. That hit by pitch, although probably unpleasant, was very beneficial for Carbon as they look to earn a win in the series opener against the Spartans. Tomorrow, going to be back at it. They're taking on the Morgan Trojans.
Yep, and then Friday we got another game of the week. We have two because Emery and Carbon will play again. And Friday it'll be up at Emery. Jordan and Travis will bring you that game.
You know, I think it's a series of the week. I think that's what we should refer to it as.
Yep.
Yeah. As all is well now in the box, they're getting ready to go ahead.
Larson seems to be just fine. He's going to stay in the game, so that's a good sign.
And Tice is just a tough kid. He's able to really work through those stingers. So no surprise to see him wanting to stick this one out.
So we got a 1-0 count with nobody down, and Johansson back on the mound, ready to get going here. The windup and the pitch, swing and a miss by Wilson. Even count, 1-1.
And Johansson, now that he's gotten into his rhythm, is looking much more composed up on the hill, and it's been a little harder for the Dinos to try and get anything going.
Pitch, swing and a miss. And a 1-2 count. Center fielder plays a bit towards left field. And then that straight up for the Emery Spartans on the defensive side. So it's a 1-2 count with nobody down. Johansson with a windup in the pitch. Fouled away. So that's a good play by Wilson. Stays alive. So the 1-2 count remains.
Max always good at battling in the box. And we talk about toughness. That kid is one of the toughest we've seen. Son, we've had the pleasure of watching him on the diamond, out on the field for football. The kid is strong. He is tough.
Pitch, swing, fouled away, so he'll stay alive. Just got a piece of that, so the 1-2 count remains. Yeah, it was fun watching him on the football field, wasn't it?
That it was, Sonny. It felt like every play, every time we got to see him with the ball, something magical was going to happen.
So a 1-2 count with nobody down. Johansson with the pitch. Swing and a miss and the strikeout.
And a good job by Johansson getting out number one of the inning, trying to prevent the Dinos from scoring any insurance runs here in the bottom of the sixth, knowing that Emery is running on limited time if they want to mount a comeback.
Johansson gets strikeout number 3, number 10 as a team. For the Emery pitching staff, Paxton Falk up to bat. He is 1-for-3. Singled in the fourth and scored a run. Fouled out a play and a 0-1 count and made a great play at third base for the Carbon Dinos on the defensive side.
Oh, it was magnificent, Sonny. That ball whizzing right towards his head. He's able to show some reflexes like a cat, snatch it out of the air, and then turn the double play out at first. Just a complete effort.
While he singled in the fourth, a pinch runner scored for the Dinos off his hit. I said 1-for-3. The count is 1-1, 1 down, swing and a miss, and a 1-2 count.
And Johansson just looking much more composed heading into this inning, calm as can be as he's trying to keep the Dinos scoreless for another frame.
Johansson. Wind up in the pitch with a 1-2 count, high and outside, and a 2-2 count.
A quick pop up by Tice. He makes the movement to try and snag that one from going over his head.
The pitch, and it hits Paxton, Falk, so he will get to first base.
That's the fourth hit by pitch of the game for the Dinos. They're drawing quite a bit of them. Emery just seemingly can't get out of their own way in that regard. And now stepping up to the plate will be Vasquez.
So Adrian Vasquez comes into the ball game to hit in the fifth spot now. Comes in for Jordan Nichols.
Hitting an even 300 on the year, Sonny. 7 runs he's been able to score off 15 hits, 10 RBIs, 6 extra base hits on the season. So got a lot of power, a lot of oomph behind what he brings to the plate.
Vasquez comes up to the plate for the first time today. Johansson looks over at first. Shot, base hit between short and third, out into left field, and Vasquez comes in and gets the single. So he's 1 for 1 on the day. Runners on first and second for the Carbon Dinos with 1 down.
And Sonny, when things start to go bad for Emery, it feels like it's a very simple sequence of events. One runner gets on, a quick single follows, and then they put themselves in situations where either the runner scores or they load the bases. But one thing Carbon hasn't been able to do as effectively as they probably would hope this game is put those runners across home plate. Double digits stranded in the contest.
Brody Ware up to bat, hit by a pitch in the first inning, struck out in the third, singled in the fourth. So 1 for 2. First pitch, high on a ball and a 1-0 count.
And Johansson just trying to settle yet again, wants to get back into his groove that was disrupted the last 2 at-bats.
Falk on second. Vasquez on first for the Carbon Dinos with 1 down. Johansson will throw his 45th pitch. Coming in for Trig Jensen. Pitch. Low on a ball and a 2-0 count.
Falls behind, good position now for Ware. 19 hits on the season, 8 RBIs, a chance to make it 9 if he can collect the right hit.
So 2-0 count with 1 down, 4-0 Dinos, bottom of the 6th. Here at Carbon High School, these two teams will play again Friday at Emery. Shows bunt, fouls away, and a 2-1 count.
It's a fortunate bounce for the Spartans as the runners forced to hold in their position.
That game will be at Emery. We'll have it for you. Jordan Buscarini will be bringing you that game at Emery.
It's always fun seeing these baseball facilities. 2 of the nicest in the state, in my opinion. Just gorgeous fields for both Carbon and Emery.
2-1 count with 1 down. Wind up the pitch. Shows bunt, lays it down first base. Play at first. Did he get there? No, he is safe. The play did not. I thought he was going to get him at first, but he gets there safe. And runners on the, let's see, we have bases loaded now for the Carbon Dinos on the base on the bunt. That was a great bunt.
And it was just perfect, Sonny. You put it right into play. Some struggles in the field for the Spartans as the Dinos get to load the bases with only 1 out. Stepping into this situation, Sonny, as a batter, you got to be feeling pretty good about how things are going.
So we have bases loaded for the Carbon Dinos with 1 down, trying to add to that 4-0 lead.
Canyon Grant stepping into the box, the senior, getting an at-bat on senior night, 212 hitter on the season with 4 runs and 7 hits, 6 RBIs, even a sacrifice pop will bring him 1 more in that category.
So his first at-bat, the wind-up to pitch, foul to the backstop and an 0-2 count.
And with only 1 out right now, Sonny, it feels like the Dinos are playing with all the momentum in the world, and that's been the case for a bulk of this game.
Now, you know, we talk about it all the time, you know, in high school baseball, the team that gets the lead has control of the game. It seems like much more than any other level.
And it's usually that first team to snag it is the one who's going to be able to control the pace. So Dinos doing it in the first did themselves a lot of favors.
Swing and a miss and a strikeout. That'll be number 4 for Johansson. Number 11 as a team for the pitching staff for the Emery Spartans. Coming up to bat will be Jason Urbanek. Struck out in the first, singled in the third, walked in the fifth. So he's touched first base 2 out of the 3 times he's come to the plate. Bases loaded with 2 down for the Dinos, and Johansson pitching to Urbanek. Pitch, swing and a miss. And an 0-1 count.
And right now, if Emery can escape without letting another runner bleed through, they've pulled off something that was just moments ago felt like it was going to be a near impossibility to stop anyone from crossing home plate this inning with the bases loaded.
Base hit here really makes it difficult for Emery. Here's a shot. It is a base hit. Goes right into center field. 1 run scores for the Carbon Dinos. That will be Falk touching home base. And the single by Urbanic makes it a 5-0 Carbon Dino lead.
And saying that one feels like it is a backbreaker for the Spartans. Now it puts them really into unfavorable territory. They were already just struggling to tread water heading into the 7th, but now an insurance run comes through for the Dinos. Makes it that much of a tougher task for Emery to try and mount a comeback.
Grant gets the base hit. Bazzoni comes in to be the pinch runner on first base for the Carbon Dinos. Bases loaded with 2 down, trying to add to the 5-0 lead now with the 1-run scoring. Fly ball center field. Going out to make the catch is Conover out in center field for out number 3, but not before the Dinos add another run to make it 5-0.
Yeah, and that was a good inning for the Dinos, but a good recovery by the Spartans, only allowing 1 through with the bases loaded. It's a tall task, but the defense stepped up when it needed to.
So we will go to the top of the 7th inning with the Dinos up 5-0. Emery with the chance when we come back.
Golfers, get ready for year-round fun at Swing and Swear. Step into the action with over 43,000 world-class courses to choose from. No passport required. Rain or shine, you can tee off indoors. Multiple bays, club rentals, tables, chairs, and concessions. It's the perfect spot to practice your game, celebrate with friends, or spend time with family. From the serious golfer to first-timers, everyone is welcome to join the fun. Swing and Swear, located just off Ridge Road. Call 299-6200 to schedule a tee time today.
Our home flooded when the refrigerator line broke. We felt helpless, didn't know what to do. Our neighbors told us to call On Call Restore. They really came through for us.
Serving all of southeastern Utah, they're fast and professional. 24/7 emergency services for water, fire, and mold. They even do emergency board-ups. And as a licensed insured general contractor, they do the remodeling as well. Call for a free quote, 650-1092.
Bringing you peace of mind during the worst of times. Call On Call, 650-1092.
We'll be on our way.
Emery High School baseball continues on the home of the Spartans.
News Talk 107.3 FM and 750 AM KOAL.
So that bottom of the 6th inning, the Dinos had 1 run on 3 hits. No errors. They left 3 on base. They now lead 5-0. They've left 13 base runners in this ballgame, the Dinos.
Yeah, if you got to pick one thing that has gone wrong for Carbon, that's the only thing you can really see that hasn't gone in their favor. But you got to give them credit. They've been able to leave that many runners on bases because they've been able to put that many runners on base. And it's been death by single for the most part.
Xander Pappas on the mound once again. Here's a shot to third base. Fielded by Falk. Throw to first in time for out number 1. Stilson with a hard hit, but a nice play over there by Falk. And he's had a good game on third base.
He has looked stellar defensively, Sonny. And he was able to score a run the last inning. And now he's just going back to what he's been doing all game. That's making plays.
So Easton Stoker up to bat. 1 down. Pitch by Pappas. Swing and a miss and an 0-1 count. So they have 2 outs to make up 5 runs here in the top of the 7th.
And again, this is the dangerous part of the Emery lineup, but you catch it in the back part of it. Bo Stilson unable to get on base, and now you get through Stoker. It gets a little bit easier for you.
Swing and a miss for strike 2. 0-2 the count with 1 down. Dinos looking for their first region win of the season. The pitch, high in a ball and a 1-2 count.
Now a chance to make this one a quick affair up on the mound.
Pitch. Fly ball will drop. Base hit out into center field. We'll call it a single for Stoker as he gets to first base and keeps the inning alive with 1 down. And coming up to bat, Drake Stilson.
And Drake Stilson, the freshman, trying to play some hero ball now as Emery tries to mount a comeback.
He's 0 for 2, grounded out to shortstop. And, he struck out in the 2nd inning and grounded out to second in the 5th inning. So he's 0 for 2. So runner on first, B. Stoker. There's the windup, the pitch by Pappas, bunt down the third base line, goes foul, and an 0-1 count.
Now, Sonny, not only would this represent the win in the series against the Spartans, but it would also represent the first region win for Carbon, finally looking to break that goose egg in the region standings. If they can get the sweep, they're tied with Emery.
So you're down 5-0, runner on first with one down, trying to bunt to get that runner in scoring position, but you're down 5.
Yeah, no, if this was a closer game, you only needed one run, I could understand the rationale, but here, a little bit more questionable.
Throw over to first base, not in time. 1-1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Top of the 7th inning. Drake Stilson, the batters. We got the right-handed pitcher, left-handed batter. Swing and a miss. 1-2 the count. On deck, Tice Larson.
And Tice has some power. We saw it in his last at-bat, nearly escaping from the park, falling just short on the warning track. So you can get a runner on base here. You do yourself a pretty big favor with him stepping up.
Dinos 2 outs away from their first region win of the season. Looks over at first. Fouled out of play, and the count remains 1-2.
Again, another struck hit that goes all the way up to the football field, Sonny. We've seen a few of those today.
So 1-2 count. 1 down. Freshman Drake Stilson at the plate. Pappas looks back over at first. Here's a little bouncer to the shortstop. Makes the play to second. Play to first, not in time. Got the first out.
Well, you take the runner out of scoring position. That was priority there for the Dinos. They do just that. Had a close call for the double play, but Stilson, bit of a speedster from home, able to reach it with ease. And now with 2 outs, the Spartans looking for a hero in Tice Larson.
So Tice Larson comes up, grounded to shortstop, single to left field. In the 5th, 1 for 2 on the day. So runner on first with 2 down in the top of the 7th inning, down 5-0.
And it's hard to come back from this deficit, Sonny. We've seen it happen before, but it's always a challenge to try and accomplish it.
Trey Nielsen on deck for the Spartans. Pappas trying to go the whole game. They're going to send him to second, called a balk.
So now a runner in scoring position regardless for Emery. Gives them a little bit of a lift when it comes to tacking that first run on board. Honestly, Sonny, if I'm the Spartans, I'm at least trying to plate 1.
So with that, runner in scoring position with 2 down. The pitch. Fly ball. It's a high fly ball to left field. Back there is Withers. He'll come down with the catch, and that'll be the ball game.
And a good, hard-fought win by the Dinos, Sonny. They set the tone in the first, and from there, they were able to score a trickling of a few more runs. And because of that, they come away with the first win of this rivalry series against the Emery Spartans, earning their first region win in the process.
So no runs, 1 hit, no error, 1 left on base. At the top of the 7th inning, we won't play a bottom of the 7th. The Carbon Dinos come away with the 5-0 win. They win their first region game. When we come back, we will have the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union postgame show.
Show your school spirit and support local high schools with the new Eastern Utah Community Credit Union debit and credit cards. Featuring designs for Carbon, Emery, and Grand High School, these cards let you carry a piece of your school's pride wherever you go. Plus, to make purchasing easier, Eastern Utah Community Credit Union has added the convenience of tap-to-pay and compatibility with major mobile wallets. Pick up your school spirit card today at any of the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union branches.
Welcome to Emery and Carbon Animal Health, where Dr. Jensen and his staff greet you and your pet with caring smiles. Our exam rooms are clean and inviting. Our accredited doctors offer many procedures, including examinations, surgery, dentistry, and boarding. Schedule an appointment today. 2 locations to serve you. Emery and Carbon Animal Health. Animals big and small. We care for them all.
It's fun! It's our favorite place.
Strike Up family fun for everyone. Gateway Lanes. Families that play together stay together. And Gateway Lanes is your center for fun, snacks, and great food. So let Gateway Lanes do the cooking with open and league bowling year-round and Club Bowl Thursday night, 9 till 11:30, with unlimited bowling including shoes. Since 1989, Helper's hometown bowling center, Gateway Lanes, South Main Street in historic Helper, and bowlhelper.com. Let's roll. The time is now to join the JN Auto Experience. Browse quality used cars, trucks, and SUVs at our price or Huntington lots. JN Auto can even help you get financing. Get fast, expert mechanic service to keep your vehicle running smoothly. Treat your car to a spotless wash or make it shine with professional detailing. Even rent a car. All in one convenient stop. JN Auto. Driven forward.
Having a great local pharmacy that you can rely on is important. At Price Family Pharmacy, transferring your prescriptions is simple and hassle-free. Just call us at 637-3737 and we'll take care of the rest. Need your medication delivered right to your door? We offer free delivery to make your life even easier. Managing multiple medications? Ask about our convenient med packing service to keep you organized and on track. Visit Price Family Pharmacy and experience a team that genuinely cares. Feel better about your pharmacy. Choose Price Family Pharmacy today.
Hi, I'm Dr. Daniel Kelly, owner of Castle Valley Orthodontics. What's keeping you from having a perfect smile? We understand what you want from a local orthodontist, and here at Castle Valley Orthodontics, you'll be treated like family. Call Castle Valley Orthodontics at 637-2222 for a free consultation.
What the Utah Miners Hospital offers is relatively unique in the country to help take care of people who have really dedicated their careers, their lives to hard work.
I have torn rotator cuffs in my shoulders. Honestly, I don't remember everything I've had done. I think I've had to wait 10 minutes one time. It's amazing that there's a fund out there. You have no medical bills.
If you're ready and you need us, please give us a call. We're happy to help.
Show your school spirit and support local high schools with the new Eastern Utah Community Credit Union debit and credit cards. Featuring designs for Carbon, Emery, and Grand High School, these cards let you carry a piece of your school's pride wherever you go. Plus, to make purchasing easier, Eastern Utah Community Credit Union has added the convenience of tap-to-pay and compatibility with major mobile wallets. Pick up your school spirit card today at any of the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union branches.
Emery High School baseball continues on the home of the Spartans.
News Talk 107.3 FM and 750 AM KOAL.
Welcome back to the Game of the Week, and welcome to the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union post-game show. The Carbon Dinos here at home today come away with a 5-0 win over the Emery Spartans. They go to 1-6 in region play, 8-14 overall. Emery drops to 6-12 overall and 2-5 in region play. But a really great job today by Xander Pappas on the mound. He pitched a great game, 7 strikeouts. You know, there was some good defensive play backing him up as well, but it just seemed like Emery could never get into the batting rhythm with Pappas.
Yeah, they really couldn't, Sonny. He was controlling the pace of the game, dictating every pressure point that he could, and he delivered a near pitch perfect game. Love what we saw from him up on the mound. That's the kind of pitching performance Carbon wants to see more of.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the offense for Emery, it tells you just how good Pappas was today. As we'll take a look at Ben Johansson was 1 for 3. Jensen was 0 for 3. Peyton Nielsen 0 for 3. Garrett Conover 1 for 3. Bo Stilson 1 for 3. Easton Stoker 1 for 3. You had Drake Stilson 0 for 3. Tice Larson 0 for 3. And Trey Nielsen 0 for 2. So they just never really got anything going to really get into the game after falling behind the first inning. We talk about it all the time, and people probably say, God, they say it every game. but it always seems like the team that scores first in high school baseball, they have such control over the game on base running, pitching, everything. It just seems like it makes it easier for them when you get off to a lead.
It does, Sonny, and one of the big things that the Dinos did in their benefit, not only did they score first, they scored often in that first inning, putting up 3 runs in the opening frame, and it's a deficit that in the game of baseball, and especially at the high school baseball level, that's hard to overcome, and the Spartans just couldn't do anything as the Dinos stayed aggressive offensively, defensively. They controlled the pace of the game, and they were rewarded with a 5-0 victory and their first region win, looking to secure a series sweep against the Spartans on Friday.
Now, Pappas went the entire game. For the Emery Spartans, Trick Jensen started the game. He had 7 strikeouts, had a lot of strikeouts in the game, but he had a problem with his control. He hit, I believe it was 3 batters, and the first inning he hit 2, and it was a lot to do with the 3 runs that the Dinos scored in the first inning to control the game. Jensen, after the first inning though, he settled in. He had a good outing as well with 7 strikeouts and just I believe 1 walk. So Trick Jensen with a decent outing as well, but the Dinos just made the plays when they had to, especially in the first inning.
Yeah, they did exactly what they needed to, and kudos to those players who were willing to take the hits from Jensen, as he doesn't throw light. Those were some hard thrown balls. They take them and they take their base. So props to them for being able to do that. And they down the stretch they did exactly what they needed to as well, Sonny. Defensively, we saw great plays happening all across the field. Great pitching, good quality at bats, making these Emery pitchers earn every out. And because of that, the Dinos just dictated the pace.
Eastern Utah Community Credit Union post-game show as we take a look at the offense for the Carbon Dinos. Logan Bennett was 1 for 3. He singled in the first inning, and he scored a run in the first inning. Cash Withers was 1 for 4. He doubled and scored a run in the first inning. Maddox Wilson was 0 for 3. He was hit by a pitch in the first inning and scored a run. So the first 3 batters for the Carbon Dinos touched home base in the first inning, and it seemed like they never looked back. Paxton Falk was 1 for 3, had a single in the 4th inning, scored in the 6th inning as well after being hit by a pitch. Then you had Nichols, who was 0 for, Nichols was 1 for 3, and then Adrian Vasquez came in for Nichols and was 1 for 1 with a single. Brody Ware was 2 for 3, a single, 2 singles in the ball game, and then you had Sandoval, who was 1 for 3. You had Grant that came in for Sandoval, was 0 for 1. Jason Urbanik, the freshman, 2 for 3 in the ball game, and Curtis 0 for 3. That's the offensive side for the Carbon Dinos. They had 5 runs, 10 hits, 3 errors, and 13 men left on base for the Carbon Dinos. Nevertheless, leaving 13 on base, they still win 5-0.
Yeah, we talked about that's the one area you could really nitpick against the Dinos. But overall, this was a stellar game and exactly what they needed to see entering into this series. And, coming into a senior night, there's always a lot of emotion in the air, but it felt like Carbon was able to put that all behind them and just put on a perfect performance today for their home crowd.
So, and the Emery had no runs on 5 hits, 1 Carbon error, and they left 5 on base. Could never get a runner to touch home base today. They just couldn't get past that to get a runner home to kind of get the momentum changed. The momentum belonged to Carbon the entire game.
Yeah, the entire game. And Emery had their opportunities. A few runners were able to reach third, but not any further. They got halted there, whether it be by good pitching or great defense out in the field. Carbon had what they wanted.
We'll take a break. When we come back, more of the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union postgame show. Once again, the final score for the game of the week, number 1 here on Tuesday. The Carbon Dinos come away with a 5-0 win.
Show your school spirit and support local high schools with the new Eastern Utah Community Credit Union debit and credit cards. Featuring designs for Carbon, Emery, and Grand High School, these cards let you carry a piece of your school's pride wherever you go. Plus, to make purchasing easier, Eastern Utah Community Credit Union has added the convenience of tap-to-pay and compatibility with major mobile wallets. Pick up your school spirit card today at any of the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union branches.
You see your friends with their new travel trailers, four-wheelers, and side-by-sides. They're living the dream, right? Well, it doesn't just have to be a dream. You can start living that same dream life today by starting your new career with GMS Mine Repair and Maintenance. GMS is hiring mechanics, electricians, fabricators, experienced and inexperienced miners. They offer high starting wages, benefits, a 401k, and vacation pay. Local jobs are available. Apply today. Email your resume to kbarker@gmsminerepair.com. The dream can be yours with GMS Mine Repair.
Discover the strength and beauty of Flawless Sheeting's metal siding and roofing solutions. Designed to endure and crafted to conserve energy, the products offered by Flawless Sheeting ensure your home not only looks good, but feels good too. Plus, they come with a 40-year warranty. Enjoy superior durability and enhanced comfort year-round with new roofing from Flawless Sheeting. Ready to upgrade? Call Flawless Sheeting at 636-7300 and elevate the way you live.
I was hoping to talk to someone about updating my insurance policy.
I am able to understand complete sentences.
That was a complete sentence?
I didn't understand that.
Why can't I just talk to a person?
No one talks to humans anymore.
Sometimes humans are just more helpful. I hear you.
Why don't we review your coverage with a super check?
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Contact Farm Bureau agent Jill Jensen in Price today.
Show your school spirit and support local high schools with the new Eastern Utah Community Credit Union debit and credit cards. Featuring designs for Carbon, Emery, and Grand High School, these cards let you carry a piece of your school's pride wherever you go. Plus, to make purchasing easier, Eastern Utah Community Credit Union has added the convenience of tap-to-pay and compatibility with major mobile wallets. Pick up your school spirit card today at any of the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union branches. Now, back to the action. The high school baseball game of the week on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
Welcome back to the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union post-game show. Once again, the final score today here at Carbon High School. The Carbon Dinos get their first region win of the season. They go to 1-6 in region play and 8-14 overall with the 5-0 win over the Emery Spartans. Emery drops to 2-5 in region play and 6-12 overall. Now, these two teams will play again on Friday, I believe the same time, if I'm not mistaken, as the Carbon Dinos travel to Emery.
Yep, that'll be 2:45 right here on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM. Will be a switch in YouTube channel, though, but pretty much the same formula to try and find it. Going to be over on Castle Country Radio Emery here on Castle Country Radio Carbon today for the video feed. On Friday, it will be Castle Country Radio Emery. Same first three words, just switch the county, easy as can be.
Jordan and Travis will be there on Friday to bring you the action. Always great when Carbon and Emery play in anything. Baseball's no exception. Good game here today. Emery couldn't ever get in the groove. The Dinos took the momentum at the beginning of the game in the first inning, never looked back. They come away with a 5-0 win over Emery. As we have some scores from around the state today.
Yep, only one game happening in Region 13. Sunny Manti in a non-region showdown, taking on the Rams of South Sevilla. Right now, that contest tied 3-3.
So, once again, the final score, 5-0. Anything else, Aiden, before we call it an afternoon here at Carbon High School?
Yeah, the Dinos have good momentum behind them. Just keep on building on that on Friday and get ready for the postseason. And as always, go Dinos.
You know, this is the time of the year where you want to be playing good baseball. You're getting down the stretch, getting time for the state playoffs. This is the time to be playing good baseball. You know, Emery comes off 2 wins against North St. Pete. Carbon gets their first win. Both teams, I feel like, here towards the end of the season are playing their best baseball.
They really are, Sonny. I mean, coming into this game, Emery had won 4 of 5, and now we're looking at a potential winning streak for the Dinos going into the postseason. Both teams firing on all cylinders. This is a 10 seed and 11 seed I would not want to match up with in that opening round.
Sonny Buscarini, Aiden Mortensen, hope you enjoyed the action as much as we enjoy bringing it to you here on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM. Once again, the final score for the game of the week, the Carbon Dinos 5 and the Emery Spartans 0. Hope you had a great afternoon, enjoyed the game. Good night.